Welcome back to What Remains. This is session number 32, despite what the thing on the right says. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'm too lazy to try and fix it. Entitled The Green Knight. And yeah, last session, the group finally made its way back to the town of Manus. And upon arriving, kind of spent some time kind of idling through the day, kind of doing some things in and about the town. And as it got later in the day, and the group planned to kind of rest to, do some things the next morning, they kind of wound down, and yeah, that's where we're kind of at. Some things have happened in our notifications, in our side channels. They've had some conversations back and forth, working out what they're going to do next. But during that process, Avran went out to go and practice with a new weapon, War Fury, which was gifted to him by Hezrod. And while he was practicing, a familiar individual came upon him, but not in a dignified manner. Crawling towards Avran is the very wounded individual known as Bafidal, also known as Injustice Fighter. So starting with you, Avran, what would you do immediately upon seeing him? He looks like he's very quickly losing consciousness.
I believe Avron would either scoop him up and bring him to the tavern to get some healing.
Okay.
Yeah, he would do that. He would
Okay.
he would scoop him up and bring him to the tavern.
What you'll notice is that most of his wounds that are kind of through his doublet and kind of about his body that you can see appear to be piercing wounds. There are a couple of slash marks that appear to have kind of caught him, but it does look like it's mainly piercing wounds. You'd also notice that it looks like some of the wounds appear to have a viscous matter kind of in and around them. It looks like the veins near some of the more deep wounds have discoloration, which you would relate to poisoning or disease.
I mean, I could try lay on hands.
Okay. Are you doing it to remove a condition, or are you doing it to like grant him hit points?
Conditioning,
Okay.
removing those conditions
Okay.
if he has any.
You have a strange familiarity with this specific condition, as you healed a number of people in the temple here in Manus not too long ago. And I'm getting feedback from you, Jonah. I don't know what that is. Sorry.
It's
Um,
some. Is it like?
it
What
sounds
does it
like there's
sound like?
somebody there, like in the background.
Oh yeah. Sorry, my mom's watching stuff. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. Just if you're not talking, mute, I guess, or um, that's fine. But yeah, it does look like you're able to remove the poison condition from him. Even with that, it does seem like he is drained. As you recall, with this condition, it does take some time to kind of physically recover, even though the ailment has been removed. Um, and you carry him after, granting him the blessing of Batavius, um, and enter into the tavern. I believe right about the time that Fiona and uh, Kel are kind of talking about music. And so you kind of storm in with the body in your arms, and everyone who's still in the common room, in the tap room, would see that this is the case.
Everyone, I found Baffadil. He needs help.
Oh no, Baffadel! What happened
shoot.
to your pretty face?
Fiona
We should get
immediately
in there.
snaps out. Yeah, she snaps out of her like immediate good mood. Of course, I recognize him, and she runs toward him.
He's
I'll
unconscious.
run by.
Well, I guess at least one person had a worse day than us.
That's one way to look at it.
I suppose. She immediately tries to Eldritch, like she's gonna try to reach into his mind and see if any part of him is still conscious.
Nope.
Damn. No
Doesn't
one's
any-
home.
Are we out of healing spells?
I can cast a healing.
Ooh.
To me, do that.
Malika does not volunteer.
I only had
healing
enough.
potion.
I only had
Unconscious
enough
people
for
can't
one
pay.
lay on hands.
Yeah.
It's true. I'll do it for free.
So you cast your healing spells, and you can see that the wounds start to close up. But again, it does feel like to you, Avran, and also to you, Hezrod, that the condition that he is healing himself from, that you cured him of, still kind of left the body drained afterwards. Everyone you brought back to, health, still afterwards had a recovery period. It looks like Baphodel's, even with his celestial blood and his amazingly well kept body, is still on the unfortunate receiving end of this and does not return to consciousness once healed.
Right.
Gotcha.
But
I think
he's no longer like at risk of dying.
Yeah, so you'll start to see
Yeah.
the wounds kind of stitch closed. You already see that the green kind of malady that was around it has been cured. However, Avran, you know that the people who suffered this condition before didn't have lacerating wounds on them. Some of them just were poisoned or diseased, whatever the malady happens to be. Now you actually have what appears to be a substance on his doublet and around the wounds that are closing up that appears to be kind of like greenish in color, and it has a certain scent to it. It smells very sweet, almost like a wine, like a really just like sweet wine.
I think Avron would definitely try to scrape some off and give it to Fiona and just be like, "Do you know what this is?"
I mean, having no training in nature or survival, I'm assuming not, but
You know,
yeah. She just
I'll-
shrugged.
Would
I'll
you like me
lean
to take
in.
a look at it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to offer too for a different
Yes.
perspective.
so there are
Hezrod's
two rolls.
proficient in both medicine and nature.
There are two rolls that you can make here. One is Arcana, but only
Ignore that.
if you have Poisoner's Kit as a tool proficiency. And then the second option is Nature.
Can I make an untrained Arcana check?
No. But you have
Gotta
I
be
can.
trained.
you are proficient in Poisoner's Kit?
I can't believe you're going to make me say that on the record, but yeah.
Well, if I stated what the prerequisites
Well,
were, so they
well.
would have figured it out.
Well.
You can go ahead and make an untrained Arcana check. I'll allow it.
All right. Or can I help somebody else make that check now?
Because you
All
don't have the knowledge, yeah, there.
All right, I look forward to my 2.
Well, we get on nature rolls. Nothing good.
That's 16, yeah.
It's beyond all of you. You kind of look at it and it's a substance that's definitely beyond all of you.
Can I at least tell if it's a natural substance or anything like that from?
No, it's definitely not natural. It's supernatural, and it's not created. It's like definitely not a substance that exists in nature. It's a substance that exists outside of that, but it's not a created substance.
Out of
So,
curiosity,
inferring.
oh, sorry. Is anyone else in the bar, or is it empty and just us?
There's nobody else here.
I'm just wondering, is there like a bar tavern or someone that we could talk
Oh.
to? Because I'm wondering if someone local might have.
No. Kenneth's already gone to sleep. Like, yeah.
Right.
After you started playing music and stuff, he kind of just wandered off.
Oh,
Okay,
so it's
got
just,
you.
we sort of just have the run of the place.
Yeah.
Oh god,
So
that's a
no one's
mistake for
gonna
Hezra.
mind- So no one's gonna mind if Hezra just like messily clears a table and says, "Lay him there."
Yeah, nobody would notice.
Actually, I think Fiona would turn to Malika. I know your specialty is children, I believe, but surely you've come across some sort of remedies like this before?
No, he's fine. He just needs time. I've healed him of his ailments.
Okay. So maybe we should get him a bed.
I was going to
Hezrod
ask.
Would so it's like we're kind of leery of this like green substance.
Or just picking it up, I guess.
Right. So
Well,
You're wearing
Avran is because that's
gloves.
kind of Avran mode.
Sure,
Yeah,
we're wearing
once we,
gloves, you know, of some
It's
sort.
mostly, it was just Avran that took some of
Was
the.
Avran wearing gloves?
No?
Oh no.
so
I mean, he's also immune to disease. I don't know if that makes a difference, but
assuming they lay him on the table, Hezrod would start using prestidigitation to sort of clean any of this suspicious shit off of him.
That's fine. Yeah,
Just so it's not like lying about to contaminate the rest of us.
it takes.
did we purchase a room?
It's like,
For
have you ever
some-
seen somebody light like lint on fire?
Does
Yeah,
it
it's
real
sorta
fast.
like that. Yeah, it's just like a thin sheet of flame that sort of just like goes over his armor and stuff and like disintegrates this stuff.
Did we purchase rooms for us to sleep in?
I would presume so. Yes.
I hope so.
You know from experience that Hezrod is perfectly content to sleep in the street.
Avron will probably bring Bafadil up to his room, so at least he has a bed.
Okay. Yeah, if you're putting him away and you're getting to the sleepy times, then that's perfectly acceptable. We'll go ahead and if there's nothing else, we'll fast track through to the next day. Is that okay? Or does anybody else have anything they want to do? They want to clear out?
I do not.
Okay, fast
All good.
forward.
All good here.
Shh.
John, did you see Discord?
I've seen it once before.
Oh,
Pro tip, just
no,
Chad,
one more. Down.
Not that. No, that one.
Chad, you are super quiet on stream.
Stuff I.
Why? God damn it! How about now?
I can't. Yeah, that's
Is
better.
That's better. That's a lot better.
That's not me. That's his fault.
It's
Yeah.
weird because it doesn't always do this.
Now you're perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Just
I mean-
scream.
I was perfect before, but you know.
Ha ha ha.
That's
ha.
true.
Fiona,
That's true.
roll a d6.
Gotcha.
During the night, you have a very bad dream. You start to see eyes focusing in on you. Your first thought, knowing that you're in this kind of state of dreamlike presence, like you're not awake. You try to rouse yourself. You start thinking of things outside of where you're at. You start trying to kind of pinch yourself. You start trying to do everything you can to kind of get away from this strange sense that you're being observed. It's a very familiar feeling to you, but magnified 1,000-fold. You then hear a voice say, "No, it's okay. It's fine. It's totally okay. This is fine. I'm really sorry about this. It was a pleasure knowing you. I really have enjoyed our time together. Your connection is now direct. I apologize." And then you feel this sharp pain on your head, and you wake, probably screaming, staring at the ceiling, but seeing the ceiling in a different way than you've ever seen it before. Strangely, it feels like you can see it from all sides of your head. Your intellect crown is broken. It no longer works. Instead, now what you have as a property, your intelligence score is a 19, your wisdom score is a 19, your charisma score is a 19, and you cannot be surprised. You also, when making perception checks that deal with sight, have advantage. You would also know that there is a drawback. Anyone who is a worshiper of Rainek can see you. And also, the meat crown eyes are now physically real on your head.
Ooh.
Like floating around her head, or like
No.
merged into
Like
her
all
head?
three of them locked into her
Yeah.
crown and are now a part of it.
They're
Seymour's
on her head.
body is now manifest.
That
Oh,
is so
shit.
cool. So I basically have like actual like 3 eyes around my
Not three.
Oh?
dozens. Like it's
Dozens.
literally just a crown of eyes.
And so everyone can see this, or only the followers can see this?
Everyone can see it. Followers can find you. They know exactly where you're at.
Exactly, pinpoint me exactly. Okay, so with as soon as she realizes this, she would immediately put up her hood, look around frantically,
Well, you're in
double
your-
checking if she's alone.
You're in your room when this
Yeah.
happens. So like you're
Yeah,
yeah. But again,
yeah.
when you put the hood up, it's like not only can you see like the world around you through your normal eyes, but you can also see the inside of your hood at the same time.
Oh.
Can I make a perception
badass.
check?
Again,
Like,
she's still just in her bedrooms. This is the Spider-Man I have powers freak out moment. So
yeah, but she's
Yeah,
screamed.
yeah. The
Oh, you're
oh my
rooming?
gosh. Quick question, double checking so I'm not misremembering.
Sure.
19 intelligence, 19 charisma,
and 19 wisdom.
and 19 wisdom.
Your mental
19
scores are topped off.
Got you.
Right.
Just
Let
rubbing
me
it in,
change
Josie.
the. So I should call it a broken headband of intellect.
No. Broken Seymour.
Broken. Seymour. He was such a great guy.
So
Does he still exist? Right? Or am I interpreting it right that he's
He's dead.
R.I.P. Seymour?
did
You were a real one.
so she screamed, right?
Oh,
Fiona
yeah.
screamed.
I'm certain she did. It,
Yeah.
it was kind of a lacerating mental pain.
So I would say that Malika probably is like in the room across from her, next to her. Would she have heard it?
I'm assuming that everyone's pretty well at rest. So if anybody would like to make a perception check, you can. You have disadvantage because you're sleeping. Let's say the target number is...
What about a passive perception of 16?
Passive doesn't matter while you're sleeping.
Okay,
Because if you want to take your passive, it's a negative 10, so...
14.
No.
Everyone will stay
Fisher
sleeping.
asleep.
Disadvantage.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh,
Ezra's a
man.
heavy sleeper.
So Soma is the only person so far who is aware.
Especially because I'm guessing it's
Oh,
my
great.
27 because I'm expertise, so that would cancel out the disadvantage.
Well,
maybe. I don't know.
No. Expertise just gets you a bonus.
All right.
Sorry, one more thing. I can't be surprised and advantage on perception. Those are the last two features.
Advantage on perception that has to deal with sight.
Sight. On sight perception.
hmm
Thank you.
I guess I will leave my room and head towards the sound of the scream, since I don't want to be further surprised by terrible things.
So you hear the scream, you hear it kind of muffle out, and then you don't hear any kind of like anything besides that. As you kind of approach the door cautiously, you probably hear shuffling around, and I'm assuming you'd give it a tippity tap tap.
A light knock and a very quiet. Everything okay in there?
That when the hood flies up.
She actually pulls it down tighter, so it's almost over her own eyes. So all you can see is like the top of her two eyes, and everything else is like she looks like an egg, basically, drawing it closed. And she like very cautiously opens the door. You will also notice she sounds and looks a little different. Oh, hello. What is it? Why are you here?
Not sure if you noticed, but I think the whole tavern probably heard you just scream, so I figured I should come see if you need some help.
As you
Oh, no. Just old nightmares. You know how it is. Having been so close to death so many times. It really is haunting. But thank you again for your concern. And I'm just going to sleep it off. Thank you.
Am I going to be allowed to make a perception roll or something on that, John? Because as a very suspicious person, I'm not sure
She-
that right after screaming is...
she said she's keeping the door kind of closed and she's kind of keeping the hood down. You would note that it is her. It does look like she's hiding something on her head, but what that means you don't know. You'd also note that as you're kind of paying attention to the scenario, you can hear just a door down Hezrod snoring, undoubtedly so. He's not underwater, so I'm sure he has some breathing problems. So he's probably a snorer. But yeah, it definitely sounds like everyone else is probably asleep.
It's like his gills are like wetly slapping.
Oh, it's I hate that. I hate that.
Why?
Far
Yeah,
be it for-
exactly. It's like a sleeping bulldog.
Oh, Jesus. Far be it from me to pry, but if it helps, I may be the only one that you woke up. So, if you do need help, that would be the time to ask.
She would actually look at you for a moment, up and down. Do you have any experience in disguises?
Are you asking for help?
Answer the question first.
I think I can help. Hold on, I'll be back.
She slowly closes the door shut. But she's waiting at the door. If your hearing is good, which I'm guessing it is, she hasn't left.
I'll go retrieve some things.
Okay.
Return and knock lightly.
Slowly opens it again. All right. Please come in. She quickly opens it and then slams it as soon as you're back in.
Mhm.
She then very, very slowly turns around to you and lowers the cape.
You see the crown of eyes. So to kind of make sure you understand like how hair's working here as well, it has basically just severed and created this very horrible hairline situation. You would actually see bits of hair kind of falling away that were kind of lingering like inside of the hair, and you'd see that this headband of intellect, there's metal, flesh, and eyes, and the eyes blink in time with Fiona's eye blinks. If you're familiar with any of Sam Raimi's work in the Evil Dead series, it's
Best
like
series ever.
that.
I'm so honored. I love his work. Perfect.
Oh, well then, good news
Yes.
and bad news. The good news is, I'm guessing you don't have to worry about anybody like me sneaking up on you. The bad news is, I'm not sure how much we can do here.
Just throw the whole kid.
She just kind of nods. I understand. It is unusual, to say the least.
In the interest of transparency, there is something that would help, but unfortunately I only have one of those. Since we're revealing secrets, Soma will reach up and tap the top of his head briefly and revert back to the outfit he was wearing initially, the one on the picture here.
Fiona will kind of smile. I sort of suspected you had your ways, and far be it for me to rob you of your methods. I just was a little, well, upset by this, as you can see. And frankly, I don't really know how any normal person is going to take this. So,
I would say probably not well.
yeah, she just kind of nods. And you can see that, like, the panic is starting to slowly set in from where it was this moment of, like, what the hell's happening? Now my life is, this is my life now.
As her eyes are widening, so too are the eyes on the crown.
Are they all the same, like, eye color? I'm curious.
No.
No. Interesting. So there's still Seymour.
I love the way
there-
you said that. I'm kind
there-
of curious.
There are a few things that we can do to at least make the hood a little less suspicious. First of all, probably not wearing it as a mask will help.
Well, I'm actually curious now. Sorry, like, I'm curious now. Is Sieg's cloak hooded or not?
It's mostly just kind of like a large collar. Yeah, like a large fur-lined collar. Then gotta be pulled up.
Okay, so it's just kind of pulled up awkwardly.
Yeah.
And she probably just, like, pulled the whole thing around her.
It was probably up and over.
Yeah, very two kids in a trench coat. So I think she would
Love
start
it.
looking through. She'd pull out all of her stuff, actually, and just start throwing it on the bed to see if anything would help Soma. Yeah.
For the interest of not dealing with the specifics of cloak hood creation, I'm going to switch to Avran's room. Like you said, you were sleeping. You hear in your sleep some movement outside and about, but it's not very concerning. But then you also hear kind of a movement in the bed. You kind of stir from your position in the seat nearby and can see that Bathadil is kind of gaining consciousness. He looks over at you. How did I know it would be you? It's very interesting that you happen to be the one who rescued me. In my stupor, I dreamt that it would be you. So, what brings you back to Menace?
Well, I'm glad to see you're okay, friend.
Hmm.
We've come back here to open up the Orichalcum and Adamantine doors in the Broken Temple. And we heard that you have found the plague.
We did.
holding-
Yes, a knight on a white horse up in the forests just a bit north of here. Pincus had
And-
decided it necessary to attempt to stop him. Unfortunately, this knight was very well beyond our skill levels.
Is Pincus still with us?
No. He has returned to the soil.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. He died.
Not my boy Finkus.
He died doing what he loved doing, fighting evil. Unfortunately, I did not meet his end, but it is fortuitous. I am decently rested, he says as he kind of like tries to move but kind of groans. We can, of course, take a couple of moments. I know exactly where this knight is, and I think I understand his purpose.
Let's hold off on
No,
attempting. You
incorrect.
wish to go.
As soon as I am able, yes. Of course. You know my name, Evren. I
This is
would
true.
be wont to lay here while justice continues. But body is not ready. Give me a couple of hours. When the sun breaks, bring me up something nice, I suppose. Whatever they have on offer.
I understand.
And he just closes his eyes and seems to like be getting restive. But
Yeah. No, I'm gonna I'm just gonna fix his yeah. I'm gonna
Okay.
fix his stuff and then, set him up comfortably and then I'm gonna exit. Since I know he's okay, I'm gonna try and, gather everyone.
Well, it's morning time, but it's not like it's that I don't know if you've
Is it
ever
early morning?
It's really early. It's like not early enough that you feel like anybody else would probably be awake, but you also know it's not too early that people might not be downstairs already, kind of hanging out in the common room. So if you go down there, you might be able to get breakfast and kind of wait on the group to kind of muster there. But
Is it light?
Go ahead.
I was about to say, is it light out?
It's that weird state of it's not
Like
exactly dark. The inverse of Twilight, I think.
Yeah, the other one. The morning version.
The morning version of Twilight.
Kel would be up early.
Okay, so then you'd go downstairs and you'd see that Kel's already in the common room. Right.
Okay. So then he would probably go up to him and tell him Baffadil. Wait, do they know it as Baffadil or Justice Fighter?
Kel doesn't know
I
him at
don't even know who this person is.
No, I'm sorry. But was the name Baffadil in Celestial?
The name Baffadil
Yeah, the name.
means Injustice Fighter. He is
Okay.
Injustice Fighter. He doesn't actually have a name because Celestials don't use their true names to communicate who they are with one another.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, I'll go with Injustice Fighter for now. I'm gonna tell him the gentleman that Jesus. Cal,
Yes.
morning.
Come on.
Um,
Hope your friend's doing okay.
yes, he officially woke up just now.
That's good.
That's
good.
He plans on going back out. He told me what it was. It was
The thing that inflicted him.
Yes, it was the source of the plague, or
Oh.
this sickness that is going around is a knight on a white horse.
Knight on a white horse.
It
All right,
killed
well.
Finkus, his
No
companion.
idea. No, okay. So I had no idea who that is. But well, shit. I think it's just you and me. I'll look around. Kelly kind of look around.
Mhm.
And,
Yes, I will wait down here. for
I think we should
everyone.
get you something to eat and wait for the others to come about.
Kenneth comes out with the food that you had ordered, Kel, and kind of sets it out to you.
Ah,
It's just some fried fish and a little bit of like rice gruel. And looks at Avra and says, "You want some too?"
Yes, please.
Shouldn't be too long. I made extra. I assumed folks would come down. Be right back.
Thank you.
After Fashion comes back with the food, Fiona and Soma, after some time, the sun does start to kind of show up, but you've got it to a point where Fiona does look suspicious to people who would know her. Like, why are you wearing this goofy kind of headpiece? But people who wouldn't know you would have no idea. Like, it's passable in like polite society. It looks normal, but everyone's going to be like, why is that happening?
Might I
Does she have,
suggest
like,
that you
this-
have a hangover?
Does she have this like outrageous like Sunday bird hat?
That would be great.
On the way
She's
to the
like,
Kentucky
"My
Derby.
head wrap."
That would be lovely. It's more of like double cloak. Like she's wearing two cloaks for some reason and it's a little odd. But also I was gonna ask DM, in the world, how common are like fancy wig shops or like hats?
And not very, very common. But I would assume at this point it would actually be a bit more like what they'd said: head wrap and then cloak.
Head wrap and cloak? Got
Yeah.
you. And buying a head wrap in like a normal bigger town would be pretty easy.
Relatively, but like I'm saying, like the current solution was a head wrap and cloak. Going to a fancy wig shop might change your idea of what's possible. So
Got you. Thank you.
yeah.
Okay, so she feels confident enough that she knows that like her compatriots might be a bit suspicious, but no one else is. So she does kind of walk in with a bit more like head up.
Just blame it with a headache.
She just kind of like looks at Soma like side eye.
It was a rough night, obviously. I as I told you all, took a lot of hits last night, and I had a lot of recovering to do, so no one talked to me.
And she sits down and puts her head on the table.
And
Oh.
Brenna's completely unbothered.
Your
He's
accent
just like,
changed.
all right.
At this time, Malika would be finishing her morning rosary, not moaning rosary.
Her moaning routine?
Her morning rosary.
So now
Sorry.
everybody's up.
Everybody
been
needs
a
to make a
long-
perception check to see if they hear that happening.
It's been a long week, and so she heads down, immediately clocks Fiona. Fiona, my dear, you're looking a bit deranged with that your new getup. What's going on with that?
She just kind of tilts her head.
Am I not allowed to experiment with fashion anymore?
And Malika
not
is
dinner.
like, what the fuck?
Everything
Like,
okay?
That's her expression. It's like, who do you think you're talking to? Right? Like that's her expression. And then she like is like, no, too early for this, and orders hot tea from.
It
the
has been a very
tavern
long
keeper.
24 hours.
They serve you ale.
Not to
Love
interrupt, but John, could you check the side chat?
Yeah, I suppose I can.
Malika will set it aside for Hezrod.
Oh, so that's this morning. Because
Okay.
remember, you left and then you came back after the dragon shenanigans, which was later in the day, and then you kind of just milled out for the end of the evening. Then you went to sleep and woke up. There wasn't any notice from Kenneth that anybody had stopped by for you.
Okay.
Malika would set the ale aside. Can I get just a little bit of hot water? Then I'll make my own tea.
Sure. Comes back with a
Mug
cup.
of hot water.
a cup.
She'll throw a handful of like kind of grimy looking herbs into the water, and we'll set aside the tankard of ale for Hezrod when he comes down.
Okay.
Almost as if on command he comes glumping down the stairs.
Hezrod's the type of person who kind of like smells the ale and like floats through the air with like the trail.
Yeah.
Good morning, Hezrod. I've got breakfast for you.
He sits down and he kind of like looks over and he sees Fiona, and then he does like a double take, and he kind of looks at her suspiciously, and then he says, "Fiona, did you do something with your hair?"
Now that everyone's at the table, everyone make a perception roll. And Tom, go ahead and make, if you have it, disguise kit roll with advantage.
Oh no.
If you don't, you're just going to make an intelligence check with advantage.
No, I have it. I just what attribute to
Intelligence.
Sorry, Fiona, I tried.
All right.
So, it's a new day.
Okay. So, Avran, you're not really paying attention to what's going on. You're not terribly concerned. You're trying to tell everybody that, Bafidal's doing okay. Kel, you actually can see, like, bulges underneath, and you can actually see, like, an eyelid, the bottom half of an eyelid.
Oh.
So, like, you can actually see the monstrosity that's kind of present, kind of lingering out the sides of it. Avran, did you roll twice?
No, the first one was the joking roll with Malika's moaning routine for the morning.
We're gonna stick with that one for this.
Okay, we'll go with the 11 then.
Yeah. Malika, you do see that something's wrong, but you do not identify it as clearly as Kel has. There's definitely something strange about this new this new outfit. And Hezrod, similarly, you definitely understand that there's something off about this headpiece, like, but you can't really put your finger on it. Kel was the only one that passed it by 10 or more, so he's able to kind of see through it.
Hezrod's not super suspicious. He knows Fiona's had weird shit going on with her head since he met her.
I'll kind of lean into. I'll be like, Fiona, a little something. I'll kind of point to, like, I'll point on my head where on her head it would be. A little something.
If you kind of feel in that area, you can actually see your own finger, like, poking at the fabric, and you kind of pull it down.
Amazing. Yeah, she just kind of does that and then quickly. Thank you for anyway, I don't know why we're all looking at Fiona today. What do the rest of you got on?
No, Hezrod's like messily eating and drinking.
Daffodil has woken up this morning.
Oh, that's right.
And we found out the source of the sickness going around the town.
Wait. I'm sorry, Avran. Who in blazes is Daffodil?
And in Celestial, you hear somebody kind of talking at the steps, like to the room. And you all turn to look at this gentleman. He is wearing a slightly ruined, kind of yellow, orange doublet. His mustache is perfect. His hair has been brushed. And he has a very nice sword at his side. And in Celestial, if you understand it, he says, "Injustice Fighter, I am the one who he speaks of." So for those of you who don't speak Celestial, you hear the word Bafidal and then words. But then in comment, he says, "You must be new to the group. I have never met you." Walking over to Malika. He offers...
He wouldn't have met Kel either.
Well, I ain't met you either.
Doesn't seem to be paying attention to Kel yet, but he says that. But he offers his hand out to Malika to kind of like take her hand.
Malika puts out her like black stained fingers, like,
and you see him kind of lean in and kind of kiss your hand, and he says, "In hold on a second. This is interesting interplay. Very interesting interplay. I just need to make sure I have it right, because I don't think you actually ever knew it. Yep. So he speaks in Abyssal. He says, "The smell of corruption is pungent upon you, milady." And then he kind of lets your hand go and kind of puts his hand up to his chin.
Avram speaks Abyssal.
So you would understand what he said.
In Abyssal, she would respond, honestly, I'd rather... Well, I guess it's a different accent. She'd say, honestly, I'd rather think that they are new to me rather than me being new to them.
Interesting. Well, still in Abyssal, just know that your ilk are usually the things that I'm butchering. And then he kind of looks to the group, specifically Avran, and then in Celestial says, "Do you trust this one?"
Yes.
Surprised he's not smelling anything funky on Avran.
"Then I will trust this one." And then in Common, he says, "Fiona, what has happened to your head?"
He like very frustrated and angrily just stands up. You know, I don't understand why it's all of you against me today.
Oh no!
What?
Go ahead, keep going.
So she just starts storming towards the door, and like as she does so, kind of trips over a table, like very obviously flustered. But she kind of looks back at him.
Hold on, wait. For hilarity, roll a D100.
Oh, perfect.
You just narrated yourself into a pit.
You just narrated yourself into a funny possible.
And there goes the disguise. Way to go.
Love it.
Right, it's great. 1 second, I'm
Oh,
troubling finding the 100. There you are.
Man, I can't wait for
You
the
kind
next
of
time she casts
trip-
detect magic in a bad place.
Flustered kind of dipped to the side, but nothing crazy happens, unfortunately. And you kind of turn back to the group and...
I really think that you are all just projecting your insecurities onto me. And once you've all had a good rest and talk, I will return.
She just storms out the door.
Oh, come on. Don't do that. Come on.
We still need... Okay, she's gone.
It has been a very long 24 hours.
Ezra just looks at her confused. He has no idea what she's like so bent out of shape about.
Looks to Avran
like-
and says, "Is your group here to assist me, or do you have other plans that you are going to go on about?"
Speaking of those other plans, can I have the box, the ring, and the orbs?
Oh, Fiona has that. Originally, we were meant to travel back to the Broken Temple, but I suspect this creature, this knight, is more important.
It could be. I am going to go up into that forest and find the pond once again to deal with it summarily, but I do not know if I can do it myself, but I will try.
I would prefer not to lose you.
Well, I know a bit more about his tactics this time. So
Would we actually be able to help you as a group?
I'm certain of it, yes. But I'm not going to force you into a skirmish in the war of good and evil if you are not interested in coming to my side willingly. And you almost see his eyes kind of shift very quickly and look towards Malika.
Avran taps the head of the axe, and he's like, "I'm always willing to end evil."
The one I am attempting to fight with, I tell you, is a very powerful fiend.
Perfect.
And I do not know what prince he serves.
We've met one prince thus far.
Oh?
We managed to escape, but we shall see.
What prince have you met?
He actually looks. He thinks for a little while, and he's Lust, I believe, something.
Alicia.
Yes.
Interesting. We will talk more on that at another time. I think we have heard something of this, but I did not get all of the details. But if you and yours are ready, he taps his sword hilt I am preparing. And he walks over to the counter and gets served some breakfast, and we'll just start kind of eating, tearing into it.
Yeah. While everyone's just, I think, sitting or in the area, everyone's gonna ask. So I understand we already had a plan, but I expected Baffadil, Baffadil and Finkus to handle this issue easily, and it seems to be more dangerous than I first thought.
You
Would
all
you
really
all
do get
accompany me in
sidetracked.
helping?
Well, no offense, Mr. Baffadel, but you did just imply that you would normally butcher me.
He says in
I'm not-
Abyssal, interesting, you would clearly point this out in the open. Yes, I did say that, he says in common, because you are bound to the demon prince of corruption. Do your friends know that's the case?
Hezron immediately, Hezron immediately cuts in.
Let's
Hezron immediately cuts in and points at her, and he says, "Ah, I knew it."
Anyway,
let's keep this down. I think that's a good idea.
why would
if
we help? Why would we help you do whatever you're doing? I don't understand.
Well,
Avran, explain, please.
if you'd like to, Avren, or I can.
Well, this creature, no matter of your fealties or your sovereigns, it spreads plague and sickness. This would affect everyone, no matter who you serve or who you are loyal to. I believe in the long run, defeating this creature will be the best for all. That is just my
Astutely put.
reasons.
Well, Avran and Hezrod, y'all can vouch that I'm always willing to assist in the eradication of any problem that presents itself for the group.
For a price, right?
Or what?
I don't know. I said for a price.
Not Kale, I'm offended by that.
I'm joking. I'm just
I have
good.
never charged anyone in the group for my services as a
smirks
fighter.
as Kel kind of says that, and Malika retorts, and then he kind of looks.
I'll slap my knee and say, I'm just kidding. I didn't mean that.
As the interplay kind of like happens, you see him kind of like gauging it. And Malika, you're starting to kind of realize that like he doesn't care. Like if you openly worship whoever, he doesn't care that Kel wants money. It doesn't seem like that interests him. And as you kind of think about it, you realize that this guy might be a more powerful player in the war between good and evil than you merit, his attention. And whatever he's talking about fighting is probably a very bad thing.
I think more than anything, I think that like those questions are more about getting information like you just provided. So I don't think she's not really saying I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
She just wants to hear more because she's unfamiliar with the history.
Gotcha.
Of them.
And I just want to make sure you're like, because you're able to kind of read him. He is very easy for you to read. He's literally the epitome of what Avran should be, whereas Avran was like kind of corruptible. This guy is like so good. But ooh.
She's like itching.
Yeah.
Itching.
He has celestial blood. He's
stuff out. But she's not.
He's literally just glowing, like genuinely.
Do you think he would notice that Avran has been like
refurbished? Doesn't seem to have cared.
By a demon prince? Okay.
Nothing like a refurbished paladin.
That's right.
If he knows he hasn't brought it up, and with you, you do realize you kind of misplaced yourself there in etiquette, because he granted you the secrecy of your statement, but then when you openly assailed him with what he had said to you in private, he then brought forth the entire dialogue.
Yeah.
So you can see that even though he's in your opposition, he is at least playing kindly.
He was granting me some diplomacy.
Correct. And he's handsome. He's really handsome.
So I think Malika wants to at least acknowledge that. So she would say, my dear Baffadel, I appreciate your handsome diplomacy. I will, now that I know more about you and what you do upon this world and upon this continent, I would be glad to support. See, Avran, I can be helpful sometimes. For free, Kel.
He
Go
ahead.
I was just giving you crap.
Avran looks Malika in the eye, and he says in common, "You were always helpful.
You what?
You were always helpful."
Thanks for that, Avran.
He walks over to Kel and looks down at him. Who I presume you're still sitting at your table, right?
Yeah.
He kind of looks down at you, reaches to his belt, pulls off a bag, and drops it in front of you. Sufficient?
What's this?
You open up the bag and kind of look in, and there's like 5 diamonds inside. The total of them probably equaling about 300 gold.
He goes,
That means one of us is gonna die.
Yeah.
He grabs the bag, and I say, I guess so. What are we doing?
Does Hezrod see the diamonds?
No, just sees the bag.
Okay.
Soma will sigh loudly. Do you all make a habit of not completing jobs?
Well,
Really?
we complete them. It's just
Eventually?
some things are more important than others.
If you are too busy for this, I am fine with letting you continue about your pressing business, but
No,
I do plan on
we-
making my way there now.
We are
All I am
helping you.
All I am
Yeah.
saying is that we have been traveling for 2 days, and we have been sidetracked 3 separate times. What type of legacy are you trying to leave by leaving unfinished work?
A diverse one.
Gross.
A very diverse one. We want to do a lot of shit.
Very diverse. We are an open platform of diversity.
We want to do a lot of shit. We just want to do
Exactly.
all of the shit.
This is
Before
crazy. You should
we
get
make
truck
any
nuts up on the river.
decisions, we should figure out whether or not the date from that shrine actually unlocks the box before we go off on yet another magical adventure and yet another distraction. And I'm sure on the way to the temple, another job will come up and you all will run after that one, and so on and so forth.
If
Do
you-
not wish to
well,
receive the
where's-
title of hero?
Heroes finish quests, finish jobs.
We are going to do that. But
Well, I think
wouldn't
we're
you
about
want
to
to
finish
have
if we go kill a.
slain a legendary beast or demon?
All I am saying, I understand that I have not been with this group long. I'm just waiting to see that actually happen.
If you kind of step up from that, Soma, and head out after Fiona, she's kind
I
of...
think she came back.
You came in? You came back in?
She's just waiting in
Oh.
the door like a creeper.
I'm sorry, I very rarely check the chat. Okay, so Fiona kind of steps out and then comes back in. If the two of you kind of sit together for a second, pull out the box and play the game, you're putting in the you're inputting the door marker, right?
It was 9 Falloon, I believe. Let me find the...
It was 9
Falloon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Spin,
Sure.
spin, click, move, 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 and it stops, and you hear a very loud click. It
All right,
feels
then can I-
it feels like as it's sitting on the table, like something has happened underneath.
I will carefully investigate the box to make sure it's not going to explode if we touch anything else on there.
You slowly kind of tilt the box and can see that the bottom panel of the box has become loose. And as you kind of lift it up, you can see that there is a very slender
Mhm.
belly to the thing. This does not look like it's the main cavity of the box.
It's the next step in the puzzle.
Inside of this portion of the box is a piece of parchment.
Okay.
And as you pull it out, it has a bunch of runes on it. The markers do not appear to be a language. You
Okay.
see Baffadel kind of look at you as this is happening and go, the words of creation. And everyone would know that the words of the creation are basically the material of the song of creation, which caused the world to come into being.
Ooh, Fiona is like beaming at that. I'm assuming they would have talked about that. Like other scholars would have mentioned this at some point.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
And honestly, with your current elevated mental faculties, you probably would have recognized them at about the same rate as Bafidal. So you would know that you can't read them, but you can identify that they are what they are. It doesn't look like, again, words of creation as is a language,
We've
but
seen those
it's not.
right?
Yeah, you have. You saw them bound on the
on the doorways when we met Alicia for the first time.
after Alacia.
After, okay, cool.
Inside of the space between, yeah. But yeah, these markers seem to indicate something, but like I said, they're not technically a language that can be deciphered. What they mean, what this means, and what these are is beyond you at this current stage. You need to find some way to cipher it, and you would know that comprehend languages is out of the question.
Is there anything else? Like, can you put their hand under the panel or flip it over? Like, is
Empty space. It's just like a very thin kind of layer on the bottom where like the metal kind of came off on hinges, and like it's empty. It's just enough
Metal-
space for the paper.
just for the paper? If the metal came off,
Oh, not
Fiona's
off,
gonna.
off. It just hinges. It's hinges.
It just hinges.
Yeah.
Okay, so when it hinged open, Fiona will activate Ghost Gaze and attempt to see through the bottom panel, which would be wood. She's assuming
You would also note that that is not the case. It's orichalcum as well. The whole
as
thing.
well. Every part of it is she looks at the paper. The paper is just paper,
Paper's
right?
paper, yeah. You
Right.
can see through that. That's just fine. Interesting. Interesting.
So, do different dates,
Hold on.
depending... Oh,
Sorry. That's really funny. That's really funny. So you would note that the paper is 2-ply. And it feels like there's something in the center that you can see. A string, a very narrow string that appears to be kind of silverish in color. And Fiona, as a spellcaster, you would know that this is a memory strand. Extracting memories from people is a common magical practice in Nock, and has been for generations.
You'd immediately relay that. It's a memory string. Something in this parchment is a memory. Any pretense of her accent is gone. You hear her as crisp and upper crust.
And how exactly do we work with that?
Well, you can actually just pull the papers apart, like in.
I mean, like the memory strand itself. Like, how is that?
She'll start to
Utilize.
pull it apart, and as she looks at the string, she'll look at all the rest of them and say, should we do this now? Because I have a feeling once we touch it, it's been used. We can't do it again, is what I'm saying. Anyone have any thoughts?
Well, if it has information,
It's all gibberish to me.
I do not know magic.
if
I
it
think
gives
it's
another
personally
clue-
up to you.
As
if it
Rodrigo
gives another
across
clue,
the bar and refills his beer.
Way to go.
Fiona turns
follow
to
his
Malika,
rod, actually.
basically.
Follow him.
Yeah.
There's
don't
no
think-
time like the present, I suppose. Although we are being, we have been recruited by through Avran to help this gentleman over here, Bafadil.
She nods.
as I have brought up time and time again, we only get one chance a day for various things on this box. So if we need another date, the more information we can get, the sooner you all can finally have what's inside.
Yeah, hearing that, Fiona just nods her head. All right, well,
So do we think that there's
Roses.
another date that will open up this box even more?
There's more in this box somehow,
can
somewhere.
Fiona attempt to touch the string?
Yeah, so you can. As you kind of take the strand and kind of place it, kind of to your head, knowing that's the common practice for a memory strand, you realize that there's some buffer between you and it. It seems like you're being blocked. And your cognition actually allows you to discern exactly what's happening here. You're being blocked by your crown. You cannot consume this memory because you are physically bound from doing so.
She holds it up. I think someone else should examine this. And she actually looks at both Soma and Malika. But she kind of leans towards Soma first, just saying, perhaps someone with,
She's
like she looks to Malika, but like there's a little part of her that senses Malika's. She hands it to
Less than
Soma.
trustworthy.
No, that's
What's
not
it-
the word for it.
I think the fair
Malika-
argument.
Okay.
Entwined. He can't
Wait,
access
wait.
it. I don't
Let me
think Malika
just-
would access it.
Before we move forward, let me just put everything into context. You left Malika to be fucking brutalized by a dragon,
Oh.
and then when she came down and was like, "Girl, what is up with your weave?" You were like, "Fuck you, bitch," and ran.
Don't you be
And
reading
now-
me?
And now you're giving the secret to like this mystery that we've been working on to Soma. I'm okay with that. Let's keep going.
What
Let's
have
see
I
where this-
done that is
Let's
not
see
yet
where this
trustworthy?
path will lead.
It would seem that you have a problem with them. Who you would be willing to grant this, I presume, knowledge to. So maybe someone you've been with the longest would probably be wise.
She nods at that. And she does look at Malika, but like under her breath, actually, no, in her head, Malika, you hear, if I can't look at it, I'm just not sure that your patron will let you look at it either. But she hands it over to Malika.
Malika looks pissy, but she tries.
Doesn't work. You actually, at this point, see a physical manifestation of energy kind of appear around the head, kind of guarding Malika's brain. And Malika, you would sense it as different than Fiona did. It doesn't look like it's being stopped. It looks like it's intentionally being blocked.
So when Fiona takes it back, there's a little bit of like a, I really want to say I told you so, but I'm not going to say I told you so. So I'm just going to take it back wordlessly and hand it to Soma.
As the least entwined and possibly most perceptive, I'll do my best.
You place it to your head, and you realize nothing's happening there either. And Fiona, you kind of go, oh yeah, he doesn't cast any spells.
Could I-
I mean, I can give it a try.
Yeah,
Could I
actually.
attempt? Could I?
She kind of looks at.
I
She
would
looks at the
trust
other
Kel
people in the
with
party.
anything, with like literally anything.
You just
Fiona
like,
actually
boop,
eyes.
boop, boop. I'm not magic. I'm not magic.
Kel's just a good boy.
Hezrod seems like a good choice, but Fiona eyes his arm that clearly does not look great. And just kind of does some mental math and thinks, I'm not sure this is the best choice. And then looks over at Kel, who presumably has nothing wrong with him. And hands him the string.
He's just a good old boy. That's all he is.
Aw.
Presumably.
Are choosing Kel over Avrain and Hezrod. I want you to say it with your whole chest.
Avram
Oh,
wasn't
no.
even on the
Yes.
list.
Because Avran
That is kind of
Avran
reasonable.
was an undead
I do-
person
I
who
do
is
wanna-
now not undead.
I do want to let you know there is a consciousness in the background that is yelling a single word over and over again. Elizabeth in the chat is yelling Hezrod, Hezrod, Hezrod.
Love you, Elizabeth.
Hezrod is a good one. He for sure is. She's eyeing his weird arm, but she kind of like calls out to everyone else who's remaining. All right. I think you have to have some sort of connection with magic to do this. All three of you do. And then she kind of looks like at Hezrod hesitantly. Can you grab it with your glowing arm? The one that looks lovely, please. As she hands it to him.
Yeah, his other hand is like holding his beer. And so he just like holds out his like golden glowing
You
hand.
take it, you place it to your head. The thought enters your brain. You gain the cantrip Encode Thoughts,
Cool.
and you can feel a thought swimming in your head. You see, through eyes not your own, in your hands is a black blade, which you've seen several times before. It is covered in ichor. It is weeping blood. You are in a dark space that feels very much like the depths of the ocean. You can see tentacles swimming about around you. You see a massive set of jaws open wide before you, and a single eye breach the darkness, glowing, filling you with this strange sense of just despair, and also feeling your body in this memory state drain. You feel yourself say words, but in a voice not your own. Beast, you kneel before Seifert. You've killed my allies. You will fall this day. And the blade is rushed forward in a flash. You can feel in memory, in muscle memory, how strong you are, how powerful you are. Your current state of being, as you understand it, is nowhere near the level of the swordsman who is impaling this eye. You watch as he decimates the creature internally, ripping its brains out with the point of the blade, twisting it to the side and dropping materia off to the ground. He then throws the blade once more into the brain cavity and lets it linger. He looks back over his shoulder. Sirens. Of course, sirens.
Honestly, that makes
Wee
sense.
woo, wee woo, wee woo.
Sirens. Of course, sirens. But then you hear from the background, it's a hell of a way to spend the birthday. And you see your eyes turn and look in that direction towards a halfling, battered and bruised, but slowly pulling himself out of the liquid and tentacles that seem to fill this room. And he looks very much like the painting of Sieg that you saw inside of the tower. And he appears to be brandishing that green bladed dagger as he does so. And with that, you still have access to the memories that are present. So if you want to try and recall something in this mental state, you can. Otherwise,
the environment.
Well, we already covered that. Tentacles, water, and such. But you are currently the person, Sifford, who the memory was extracted from. So let me rephrase the exact memory, and then I'm going to ask you if you have any questions from that vantage point about it. Okay, this is a very specific ask. And the players who are getting it, you can help out, okay? You are inside of the body of Sifford for this memory. Blade in hand, the black sword, you are fighting the strange aberrant beast. You say something cool, like a badass line, and then you impale the eye, rip out its eye, and then finish it by stabbing it in the brain. That last blow, and as everything kind of goes still and quiet, you hear a voice say, hell of a way to spend a birthday. And then you look back and see that Sieg is there kind of pulling himself out of the tentacles.
What day?
That's a good question. What day was it?
As Sifford,
Look at your watch.
As Sifford, the memory easily floats into your mind and into your head. The day that this happened, the day that is your birthday, is the 11th of the 9th month, which name is currently skipping my brain. I am going into my lore to find it.
Okay, Sifford's birthday, the 11th of the 9th month. Halfling is Sieg.
Do we
Yes.
also know what Sieg's
The green
birthday is,
dagger.
just in case they're talking about Sieg's birthday?
So
No, it's Sifford's birthday for sure.
the
right?
11th of Paloon.
From
Balloon.
Sifford's memory, what is the location this is happening at?
The crypt.
Yeah, in the
Okay.
bottom of the crypt. That
Okay.
that area that we originally
But
got the box.
per your memory, it's not called that. It's not called Sifford's crypt.
Right.
No.
What is it called?
Derlithoth's crypt.
Can you spell that, please? Thank you.
I was not even close to getting that spelling right.
Jesus. Okay.
And then
That's why I didn't even attempt it.
the memory fades. For you to extract it using the Encode Thoughts cantrip, if you copy it, it will be weaker than it was the first time, as it is not your memory. But yeah, go to cantrips.
Ezra has like a scroll tube.
Sure.
So he like kind of wraps the memory string
No,
up.
no, no. It's gone. It's gone.
Oh,
It went
but
into
I
your
can use
brain.
encode thoughts to.
Yeah, you can now
call it.
cast encode thoughts to pull a memory out of your head. You can use it for anything else. But if you
Nice.
try to extract that memory because it was not your own, it's like a Xerox of a Xerox. It's going to be weaker.
It's like recording a VHS of a previously recorded VHS.
Correct.
It just comes out fuzzier and fuzzier until it's just completely gone.
Get more granulated. as it
Yep.
Hold on a
goes
second. You're 12 years old. How do you know what a VHS is?
I'm a nerd, okay? I know where they are.
Anywho.
We had
Please don't take away my nerd
For
card.
those of you who are watching Hezrod, there's just a quick moment while it disappears, and then that's it.
yeah. He
I think we're
there
all
is a
sitting
moment
there.
where like his eyes kind of turn black and he says all the things that Sifford said in the memory. And then when he like kind of comes back to it, he relays the information that I've put in the chat there. And then he kind of looks at his hand where the memory strand was, and then he kind of takes a moment to sort of like meditate on himself and realizes that he now knows a new cantrip.
Oh, well,
And
all of that.
he just to like experiment with this cantrip, he casts encode thoughts on himself.
Mhm.
And he makes the memory string and it's going to be the memory of like what happened to his village.
And that's a thought you have that's true, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you have a strand that has that memory that's present. Yep.
So when he creates this strand, does it pull the memory out of his mind?
No. You still have it.
Okay, so it's just like a copy.
Yeah.
And then he sort of like he puts his beer down and now he's sort of like playing with this string in his hands and he's kind of thinking about it.
Well,
Mhm.
all of that is going on. Can I flip the box over and can the dial or the spinner on the top be moved, or do we have to close the box?
It can be moved.
Okay. I will move it to 11, Falloon.
Okay. Click. The panels come off to the side. The ring splits into 12 pieces and then kind of is ingested into the box. And the box seems to kind of fold away from the centerpiece, which is a large coiled sheet of orichalcum. And it appears to be in the shape of a, like, for lack of a better term, like a lung dragon, a long kind of serpentine dragon.
That mean anything to anybody?
It
Pretty
looks
on
like
theme.
it looks like it would fit perfectly in an orichalcum door.
Yep. It is the key to a door
Yeah.
deep inside that shrine.
Fiona
Pretty on
immediately,
theme.
yeah, she reaches for it. That's it. It should open that door that we couldn't open because it was purely okay. Oh my goodness, we finally found it, everyone. We can go back and actually do our research. And she starts reaching for the kind of dragon key, intending to wrap it up safely and then lock it with the lock of trickery.
Yeah. So once you kind of move it off of the panel, you'll note that there is no longer a box.
Oh.
Like it seems to
There
have
goes my
disappeared.
retirement plan.
It seems to have disappeared underneath the key.
Oh, so actually kind of looking at that, she would look back at Soma. Does it go back and forth, or do you just think it was a one-time thing?
Anyway, I'm going to be able to tell that from mechanical knowledge.
That's all magic shit.
Yeah. It's not a normal contraption, and that looked pretty final to me. Do you see a button?
There's nothing on it. It's literally just a sheet of orichalcum that's been shaped into a wavy pattern.
You want to read that note?
Yeah. She'll just kind of shake her head. No point wasting time, darling. And she'll start wrapping it up and putting it in her bag, locking it up. As she's doing all of this, she'll kind of like observe Hezrod through the back of her head, keeping an eye on him, making sure that he seems okay.
Bafadil would kind of... So, if you're not coming, I am got to be going quickly. I want to deal with this matter before dawn. Or before dusk.
We can't let him go do it again. He's just gonna die.
Well, he kind of paid us, and I'll take
He didn't pay me.
Well, I'll take the pack and I'll throw it over to Hezrod. The little pouch that he gave me.
Hezrod was kind of distracted, and as it like hits the table, he kind of snaps out of his little reminiscence. And he peeks in the bag and he goes, "Oh yes, these will come in handy the next time one of you dies." And then he like tucks it into his belt.
Not selling the job very well there, Hezrod.
Well, when do we need to start? Is it right now? And she actually turns to Baffadel at that.
I'm going to be going now. Yes, if you don't want to come, that's fine.
No, she actually nods her
Yes.
head, but she kind of says, on the way over, you wouldn't happen to know if there's any sort of towns that sell, I don't know, costume pieces on the way? If you familiar?
Manus is the only town in this area that is in between where I'm going. It's less than an hour away, so no, not really.
If you'd like, we could try picking up some stuff from the forest.
Okay, so this.
Last ditch effort.
So Baffadel knows
Yeah.
where we're going. He knows where to find this fiend, and he says it's about an hour away.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we hit the road, Hezrod's going to cast Aid.
Okay.
He's going to cast Aid. He's going to target himself. He's going to target Avran. And he's going to target Baffadel. I'm going to cast it at 4th level, so we each increase our maximum hit points by 15.
Okay.
Yeah, Fiona, a little disappointed that she can't pick up her new stuff yet, but she's like,
Yeah, no, your situation is more dire. I will accompany you.
Okay. Yeah, if you are going with him, is there anything else that anybody wants to do before that's the case?
I feel like we're about to hear that song we were trying to avoid. And sorry, Chad, can you repeat what the number of temporary hit points were? I couldn't hear.
No, it's not temporary hit points, and it's
alright.
only Avran,
Okay.
Hezrod, and Baffadel.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. I mean, I can cast it again, but really,
No,
like, they're the
that-
frontliners.
That's fine. I didn't catch that part. Well, I suppose we're moving to another job.
All right. You spend some time walking with Baffadel, and he seems very focused, very determined. And he's explaining to you along the way. This night he rides on horseback, pale white horse. They seem to work in tandem. He has a bow, but it is strange. It's like it is made of blades. It is covered in a strange ichor that seems to imbue it onto the arrows that he fires. The pond that he is at, it seems like he is drawing from it. There's a strange stone there that has similar markings to what you found in your paper, and I am hopeful to know if they are perhaps related to what you are doing or not. Regardless, it seems like he is drawing strength from the earth, and Finkus felt that this was the case. Unfortunately, his attacks were very numerous. He was very quick as well. His horse jumped from place to place without issue, far faster than I was able to strike out. But
Is he channeling power through the stone?
I do not know where his energy is coming from, but it does not have magical effects or anything to that nature, no. He instead seems to just be a powerhouse of attacks. Endless arrows fired at me and Finkus, and his horse was like lightning.
So between wait, not like literally like lightning, because Hezrod's eyes would kind of like perk up at that. It's like, whoa, a lightning horse? That sounds badass.
No, just fast, really fast.
So between Avran and Baffadel, which one of them seems like the biggest, beefiest?
Baffadel does not look like a beefcake or anything. But
Okay.
you would know from past experience he is better than you at this.
Oh yeah, that's totally fine.
when it comes to fighting. But Bapidal also
Yeah.
doesn't have much in the way of spellcasting.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just trying to prioritize who's going to be taking the most attacks.
All of you, you'll be taking the same amount of time.
He said
don't
he's
love
gonna
that.
kill all of us with extreme prejudice.
Ooh. Does our boy Baphodel still have that sword we gave him, by the way?
Bapidal had a badass sword on his own right.
Oh, it was his own, right? I just remember us giving an item to someone. Was it him?
No, I don't think so.
Got you.
I mean, we might have given him one of the wave blades.
Yeah, I thought we gave him a wave blade.
No, it wasn't him. He wasn't around for that.
No, he wasn't there at that time. We gave no, Avron gave a silver longsword to someone in one of the towns that we visited after the hunter-handed one.
Mhm.
And then we gave one of the 2 wave cutters to one of the individuals before we went to that cave to fight where we found the hags.
As you kind of move into the forest proper, you see him kind of stop and go, "Wait, that wasn't there before." And he points ahead, and you can see this strange kind of like reddish mist kind of cloaking this specific area in the forest. It seems to be kind of like dripping down or kind of raining down from the treetops, like the canopy, and encircling this space. So strange.
Is something that nature or survival would?
Absolutely different than anything you've ever seen. But if you're trained in religion,
Nope.
no.
Yeah.
Not the backwoods boys. Nope.
Hezrod's trained in religion.
If you're trained in religion, you would recognize it is
Yeah,
a.
19. Oh, sorry.
You don't need to roll. There's no roll necessary. You just need to train. But you would know that it is a blood field. So some fiends, lawful devils, will, when they are wanting to be protected on the material plane from sight and not interfered with by things like the Grey Order or what have you, will create a pocket.
Oh, that's a big fucking deal.
A pocket, and that field can be breached. It doesn't cause any problems for you to walk through it or walk out of it, but it does bar kind of certain sights, so you will not be able to see through it with divination or anything like that.
All right, so
This-
Fiona, don't
Oh.
detect magic.
And for an out of character notation, think of this very much like the Wall of Mists for the Dark Souls players.
Y'all be careful. This
Experience?
we'll
It's
have
not
to be
magical,
careful.
is it?
It
Well,
is
actually-
magical.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see through it with my double sight?
No, because on the other side is effectively another dimension.
Oh, right. Got you.
Ah, fuck.
Damn.
It's not actually another dimension, but the traits of the hell that this individual is from seem to be in that space.
Got
And you said that it was lawful?
It is a devil, so it is more likely lawful than chaotic.
Lawful evil.
But when it comes to the paradigm of good and evil for my campaign setting, demons can be neutral, and demons can, but very rarely, become lawful, and the same is true of the other side. The only thing that's important for these two entities is that they are evil.
Mm.
Now, are there any good demons or devils out there?
No.
No.
But there
Really?
are evil
None exist.
angels, celestials, and the like.
Nice.
Can,
Well, that just seems
can
unfair.
devils and demons be neutral?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's
That's how
fair.
tieflings got made.
I think just to test it out and knowing that she can always come back, Fiona will take Winn-Dixie and have her fly through. Just see what happens.
She goes
What?
through.
Now can I look through her eyes and is she just seeing blindly, I'm guessing? Like
No.
nothing?
You can't see anything from her because you can't link to her. She's not 100 feet from you.
Oh. Okay. Can I try to call her back? Or is she just kind of doing her own thing in there, I'm guessing?
She's just doing her own thing in there.
Interesting. Well, Fiona kind of shrugs. Hey,
there's no way I
You
can
feel it's
link.
you feel the link sever.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So this mist blocks our like physical perception and divinatory perception.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like Bafidel doesn't care and is walking straight towards it.
Yep,
Fiona tries
everyone's
to
with
grab him.
Daffodil.
Actually,
Huh?
Sorry, what did you say, Avron?
No, Avron's with Daffodil 100% of the way.
Hezron,
dang it.
are you going as well?
So this, and you're saying that this is not a spell effect
No, it is
that
not
could
a
be
spell effect.
that could be dispelled. Okay.
He has War Fury out, and he's
You-
ready.
You more so than
Wait,
anybody else,
Avran.
Malika, would know. Sorry, real quick. You more so than anyone else would know that this is a lingering effect of a demon or devil, more often than not devil, being on the material plane for a long time in one place.
Okay. Y'all be careful. This is I'm sure our dear friend Baffadel will know this, but this is a domain of demons or devils, most likely devils, if I'm not mistaken.
He is
Avran, would you like a little extra bulk as you walk in?
Of course.
Okay. So Malika will invoke the profane and polymorph.
What's
And
profane?
now you are a giant ape.
Ooh!
Does he still gain the benefits of aid?
Yeah, but not to his ape form.
Yeah,
Hmm.
only to me. Like when I get out of ape form, which is
Damn.
inevitably gonna happen. Yeah.
Okay. So, real quick, music.
We are the Ooga Boonga.
Oh, here it comes.
Stop. Move everyone to the right space. You're moving through, right? I know Hezrod, Bafidel, and Avran are. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So
I'll be behind them.
the other people.
Yeah, basically, Hezrod's going to be behind them. He's
Okay.
not really set up for. He's got his staff in hand, so he's set up more for like range spell casting and support
Look at that!
instead of mixing it up in melee.
Look at that
Um,
fucking
Here we
photo!
go. Here
That
we
shit
go.
looks dope.
And he's
Does.
readying. Hezrod's readying an action. So basically, as soon as they see this guy, he's going to cast protection from good and evil on Avran.
Okay.
Oh,
You all
shit.
really need to learn to make a plan, and
That
then I'll
was
follow
smart.
behind.
I don't know if you heard what I just did, but that was me planning.
That's really
Nah.
fucking good. It's really
Yeah,
good.
we're buffing. Yeah, it's called buffing the.
Okay. As you step through, you would see a horse apparently kind of drinking at a pond of water. It appears to be kind of just emanating this kind of sickly yellow color from its body. And it looks like the horse's white flesh is kind of like stuck to the bone underneath. Like there's no muscle to speak of whatsoever. And it's just thirstily sipping at this pool. The individual on top is just kind of like bored face, kind of looking down at the water, but it seems like he's kind of moving his eyes about, which are kind of solid black eyes with kind of gold irises that are kind of staring down at the pool. And it looks like the grass around you has a slickness to it, like a weird kind of just almost sweaty kind of look to it. The same is true of the trees, and the just area around you has a humidity that was not present outside of the bubble. As you kind of breach it and step forward and start casting your spells and things are happening, I'm going to also be switching.
Do you want me
Avran.
to go ahead and throw that up?
Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't look like he's doing anything. Avran, your token remains on the table, but obviously you're going to be there now. When you roll initiative,
Gotcha.
roll initiative with Avran, please.
Okay.
But as you're casting your spells, it doesn't look like he really changes much of anything as to what he's doing. And Bafidel is like kind of going through, speech and celestial, which Avran you would know is basically a rite of challenge. He's like issuing a challenge to the devil. He then kind of looks up after everyone's finished casting their spells. I'm going to stop for a second before I get to that point. everything that you're doing preemptively that is not an attack at that creature, I need to know what it is. Polymorph has been cast.
Yeah,
Aid was cast a
Avron-
while ago. Protection from Good and Evil is being cast on the on Avran
Ape.
after. Yep, that's fine. And anything else?
Can we see him? We can see him right now.
Yeah, after you
Even
finish
if
the
you're in
field.
the back thing.
Yeah.
Possible, I think, if it is possible, can Fiona attempt to like hide in one of these like bushy areas?
Absolutely fine. Go ahead and make a stealth roll. And you were going to say, John?
I want to do Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Hunter's Mark has a range of 60 feet, is that right?
90.
He's outside of it, so you'd have to move up to do it.
Damn it. Damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be more
wait.
of a combat action. And that's
That
fine.
makes sense.
Anybody else have any preparatory work they want to throw out? If not, after Bafidel has finished his speech and raises his blade up in kind of challenge, you see the devil kind of look up and in common say, "You wish to cross weapons once again, petty Aasimar, and you've brought others to meet their ends here, like your halfling friend." And as he says that, you can see a body kind of float up onto the pond, and everyone who's met Finkus recognizes the halfling body as Finkus is.
Damn.
He then says, "So be it. Prepare to meet your demise, Plague Bearer. Ride me into combat. You who die, if you wish to die at the hands of Torald, so be it. Those who wish to run, tell all who have come that Torald, putrid knight, has destroyed you or your friends."
Torald, does that name ring any bells?
Nope.
Okay.
Initiative.
We probably should have been spread
There
out.
we go.
Yeah, if you want to move, you can move. I'll allow one free movement for pre-combat.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
awesome. Thank you. I will also move then. A bit
I'm
more
just
like
gonna-
the bushes.
I'm gonna
What
move
kind
the
of-
Avron token over here, but I'm gonna move the ape token 40
Absolutely fine.
feet toward.
Ooh, seeing Kel be there, I'm actually gonna move more than 15 to kind of like be hiding behind him, basically.
What kind of coverage?
For flavor, Bafidel reaches out and grabs a hold of your arm as you start moving, and you see him very deftly flip up onto the back of the giant ape.
Fucking epic.
My
Oh, boy.
boy!
That's great. That's great.
And Avran, even in your changed state and your cognizance kind of lowered, you would recognize that he's in the punishing stance.
Oh my god, my boy. My boy.
All right, everybody rolled.
Oh,
Not yet,
no, I
I'm
didn't.
sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm getting too excited about Bafidel just fucking being a badass. I'm sorry.
There we go.
All right, if everybody's rolled,
Got
Shit.
decent rolls. Decent rolls, y'all.
Soma, you're first.
Did mine register?
What'd you get?
Yes, you got a 12.
Yeah, you're on there.
Okay. Okay,
Everybody's
cool.
on there.
I accidentally clicked a bookmark.
I guess from this position, I will take a shot with my bow, which I'm assuming will be disadvantaged because of the range. 'Cause I'm
It's a longbow,
it's a short bow, so
80 feet. You just need to move 5 feet forward, and you're good. If you kind of pop to there, you can shoot him.
okay, yeah.
Question though is Ryder or Steed?
I
Oh.
guess I'm gonna miss, so it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna aim for the rider, I
Shoot.
suppose.
There you go. Natural 20.
I guess I technically move 5 feet, so I can't steady aim, right?
We'll say you started from there. It's fine.
Okay, I will steady aim just in case it's not technically a surprise attack, since there was a nice monologue to let him know we were coming.
It is most definitely not a surprise.
I'm gonna be pretty confident that's not gonna hit.
Watch the arrow hit against his armor and just kind of stop against it. It seems to stay there, and just kind of is in his armor.
Jesus
And
Christ.
then for my bonus action, I will tell Kel to aim for the rider as
Okay.
an auspice to give you advantage.
Oh, trust me, I'm on it.
That's a help action, is what he said. Fiona.
Hmm. So I'm a little curious about this water situation. Do I know as a spellcaster if that would count as like would a spell just treat it like ground, or would it kind of sink into it?
Depends on the spell, really.
Yeah, kind of knowing that, I think she's just gonna go for like what she assumes is would hit anyone or anything, and go for a chill touch on it.
On the rider?
Hopefully. Yeah, on the rider himself.
Okay.
I also it wasn't informed to what. Ooh, yuck,
Miss.
nasty.
Apparently, I should have given you advantage.
She had advantage, so she thought, because she thought she was hidden. But as she shoots, she realizes she wasn't concealed from him, and he kind of looks as the hand comes forward and like raises his hand up, and they both kind of meet in the middle, and it kind of stops.
Cool. Does she get the sense that, because he said himself was like torrid or whatever, that this
Torald.
magic, Torald, that this magic is something that like, he doesn't seem dead, does he? Right?
He's a fiend.
Okay, because fiends aren't necessarily the same as undead, right? They're not anything the same.
They're very different.
Okay, got
There's
you.
no
Sorry, I'm a
need
little
to die,
unfamiliar.
though.
Sorry, I'm a little unfamiliar with the lore.
No worries.
It's okay.
She will just, knowing that the jig is up and he's seen her anyway, she'll move deeper into the forest.
Okay. And just so you understand, about
Disregard
10 feet off of the board edge is the red mist. You can
Oh,
try.
Oh, sorry, I'll go closer and then.
No worries.
Sorry.
Off the board. But so if you move off of the board edge, then
Like
you'll
right here.
be moving for the
Oh, you
mist.
can't see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Even though he sees me, can I still kind of try to treat some of this bush as like semi coverage, or is it not really?
Oh yeah, you're in concealment, but you're not invisible to him. You're not hidden.
Got you. Thank you.
no
Okay.
worries.
Yeah.
Hezron?
Let's see if I did this correctly. That should be within range, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
So, Hezrod move here.
Oh, yeah.
Eldritch blasting,
Okay.
and then bonus action, spiritual weaponing.
The force kind of channels across his armor and like wraps it. It doesn't seem to enter. You have a second attack with Eldritch Blast as well. Jijo.
Oh no, that first one was a
feedback
mistake.
from you, I think. Sorry.
That first one was a mistake. It was not an attack.
Oh,
I was trying to check the stats of the spell.
that's not how we do this.
Okay.
That's not.
That's fine. Okay, so there's a
Second attack.
22.
It's
Okay, the 22. That's 7. Also.
psych. Actually,
That wasn't the real attack. Okay.
That's an extra 2 damage, so that's going to be 9 total for that one.
it's force damage, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, the Blessed Strike says Radiant.
Cool. Give me the force damage and then give me the radiant damage.
Okay, Force is 7.
Okay.
Radiant is 2.
Looks like the force does not penetrate as hard as you were hoping. The radiant seems to do just
interesting.
fine. 5.
Well, let's do another.
Y'all, he's resistant to force. That's not good.
So on that Eldritch Blast, I'm also going to use Embrace Oblivion, so that's going to be 6 thunder damage.
So you're going to use that after you told me what the damage total is, and then use a damage type that I told you had no resistance to it.
Okay, well,
I'm
I
not
can
going to
also
allow
just.
it. I'm just not going to allow it.
That's fine.
When
Let's
I say give me
do-
the total damage, you give me the total, please. Sorry.
Spiritual Weapon, that's going to be a 19.
That'll hit.
Okay, so that's going to be 11, 14 force damage.
Okay.
And now I'm going to use Embrace Oblivion for an extra 6 thunder damage.
Got it. So 7 and okay, got it. Okay.
So that will be 14 force,
Got
6
it.
thunder.
Anything else?
That is
Hezron?
Hezrod's. No, that's Hezrod's turn.
All right. It goes to him. The horse leaps across the waterway, just straight out towards Hezrod. In the midst
Fuck
of that,
you.
watch as he pulls his bow up and launches 2 shots straight at you as the horse leaps like a good 20 feet in the air and lands on the opposite shore with like a loud kind of splash. Torald shots with infection.
With infection.
The name of the weapon. Crit and regular hit of 22. So yeah, I should have said a hit and then determined. But yeah, Boros Fury Shield will be on the first attack, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not a melee attack that's coming at you.
Which you take when you are hit by an attack.
Yep. Hold on a second. You are immune to the triggering attack damage, and the attacker would take the damage if the amount would be greater. Okay, cool. He's immune to the damage. So that's fine. And
Double fuck you.
The second attack will hit normally. It will do
Whoops. Didn't mean to click that again.
20 poison damage. And you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Cool.
So just double checking, what is he hitting with? Does it look to be a glaive?
No,
Or...
he pulls a bow that has bladed edges, like bladed arms or whatever the part of a bow is called. And when he launches these arrows, it appears that they're just large shots of this greenish ichor that flies out of the bow.
Does he appear to have anything else, or is he using the bow and arrow right now?
Currently, bow and arrow, yeah. Well, it's bow that's making the arrows. Like when he draws the string back, like it's pulling the liquid out. And then when he releases it, it's firing the poison.
Got you. So there is no coil. Okay.
So you said I need to make a Constitution saving throw for the.
Well, you take 20 poison damage just from the hit, and then you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I also need to make a concentration check. So which one do you want me to make first?
First, the saving throw.
Okay. So and do I still benefit from Avran's aura?
You're not close enough. You're 15 feet away.
Also, yeah, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. So first one, Constitution saving throw. That's a 6.
You will have the poisoned condition.
Okay. And now that I have the poison condition, that's what does that disadvantage on saving throws?
Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, not saving throws.
Okay. God damn it.
But Constitution saving throw for well, no, you don't have any concentration effects up. 8 is not
protection from evil and
that
good.
is okay. Throw it.
So
it's a normal roll.
Yeah,
it's
the
10.
DC's 10, right? Yeah. Cool. So
You're fine.
that's still up. Also, I upcast my spiritual weapon to 4th level.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because now it's
it's
big
bigger
shark.
sharks.
Oh, okay.
Remember in the beginning, you're like baby
Right.
shark. And
it's over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Yeah.
No worries. All right.
It's like
Torald is
here.
technically done, but Plague Bearer goes at the same time. They share their turn.
What?
So, Stampeding Charge. It will use its Hooves attack against you. 24 to hit. And I need a Strength saving throw from you, Hezrod.
Okay, 24 to hit, strength saving throw.
Oh, and sorry, per note, poison creatures do have disadvantage on this, but 16's enough. So it will push you 5 feet back and take your space. If you had failed, it would be on top of you. All right, that is it for Torald's turn and Plague
I'm sorry,
Bearer.
did it deal damage to me?
Yes, sorry. It was physical damage on this one, which would be, what did I just say? 25 bludgeoning.
Jesus.
25?
It only attacks once per turn.
I mean, true, but
Half would be 12 or 13.
Round down.
So 12.
Avran, you're up.
Pass.
Okay.
Get this motherfucker off me.
Yeah, Avran is going to just charge him, and he's gonna not get into the space. I'm not gonna make the sounds because I don't want to. But can he grapple the
Grab the horse, throw him in the water.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Can I
can-
grapple the horse
you
and
can
bring
try.
it down? Okay.
Is that going to be your first attack?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. You have multi-attack. You don't actually have extra attack, so your action has to
Yeah.
be grapple. That's great. So you grab at the thing, and as you kind of reach and get a hold of it, you feel it just slip out of your grasp. It seems to kind of
grapple-
maneuver like liquid.
Grapple is in place of unattack.
Incorrect.
It's not separate.
Incorrect. For monsters, it is an action to grapple because multi-attack
Oh.
doesn't say make attacks at your leisure. It says make attacks with these specific attacks.
Specifically, it's 2 fist attacks. So I would have to make 2 fist attacks in order to get multi-attack. So
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Or
the grapple.
you can grapple. And so since he
Yeah.
was trying to grapple, he did and learned that this creature is immune to being grappled. As you grapple
That's why.
through it, you watch as it seems to kind of seep like liquid and kind of maneuver back into its state. It's weird yellowy like kind of liquidness kind of like runs through your giant ape fingers.
Okay. Now, does Torald on top look like he could do the same thing, or he's made out of the same material?
I don't know.
Okay, fair
In fact,
enough.
he doesn't really look like he's made out of liquid material until you try to grapple hold of him.
Gotcha. Okay. Fuck. That's it. That's his turn.
Okay, in between Avran and Kel's turn, you watch as the creature kind of like snapping back into position, pushes its feet down into the ground, causing the blades of grass to kind of flutter outwards. It then leaps backwards so fast that nobody gets opportunity attacks, back across to the other side of the pond. Oh, there we go. And you watch as Torald takes his bow and turns it so it's over the top of the head of the horse. Kel, you're up.
All right. I will. Kel will run up a little bit to the hedge line. Let's see. And he'll put a hunter's mark on him.
On him or the horse?
On him.
You have to move up one more.
Correctly. Oh, it should be 90 feet.
Oh, is it 90 feet for it? Okay, cool.
It's 90 feet.
Great.
And my character sheet's gone.
I can't believe Torald really just came up, said, fuck you, Hezrod, in particular, and then was just like, nope, bye!
I tried to get us to go back to the shrine. That's all.
I mean, to be fair, Hezrod took a
No,
beating,
there's
but
that.
he stood his ground pretty well.
Cool, good enough.
Then
good
I'll
enough.
shoot. And I'll shoot twice.
And you're shooting at Torald.
Yes, specifically.
Got it. First one's going to miss. Second one will hit.
He has advantage, remember? From my help action.
Oh, I do have
so-
advantage.
Correct. For the
Yeah.
first attack. They'll both hit. Give me both damage.
Nice.
Oh, baby.
Those are some
And
damn good
both will
rolls.
do a
Jesus. 17 and 14.
because of the hunter's mark. They both do an extra d6.
Ooh,
I love that the guns are always
Oh.
consistently amazing.
right?
One more.
Fuck yes, my god.
Bada bing.
Okay. Boom, boom. You see the two shots flare out from the thing and slam into him. It looks like they kind of cut into his armor. And you can see like weeping sores of kind of this greenish liquid. He kind of immediately kind of snaps his attention out towards Kel. You moved up. Do you do anything else with your turn? Bonus action was Hunter's Mark. Do you have any other movement or no?
Let me see. I moved there 15 feet. I think I'll move 10 feet back in front of Kiora here.
His attention
I like
snaps towards Kel, and it's a legendary action. I'll shoot you.
I will not take credit for that.
I am Avran, and I speak for the trees. Hit my cleric again, and I'll break your fucking knees.
That hits. Do you have any reaction or anything?
It's getting hit.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Do you do anything though?
I guess I'll fall forward.
Well,
Wait,
no,
what do
no,
you mean?
no. If you have any reactions or triggers,
Do you have any reactions to counteract you being hit?
I'm going to maintain my level of professionalism after I basically allowed a
I don't
crit
think
to
so.
get stopped by me saying it aloud like an idiot.
I don't think I do. I
Okay,
really
so
don't
this is
think I
another
do.
crit. So you're going to take 23 points of poison damage, and then I need a Constitution
Ooh.
saving throw.
Well,
Did he just say another crit?
do.
DC's 15. Failure. You have the poison
Failure.
condition. The poison condition lasts for 1 minute, or until it's removed. Kel, you are done. That was in between you and Malika. Malika, you're up.
Before that, John, I have a question. Can Avron as an ape still use lay on hands or no?
No.
Okay.
I have a different question. Where's Baffadel in the initiative order?
Oh, Baffadil's supposed to be going on Ape's turn, but because right after his turn, the thing jumped away, my mount made it so I can't attack. So, yeah. No, I didn't say it out loud. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But Baffadil
Okay.
is
It's okay.
riding on the mount. He is acting after Average.
Okay.
I'm sorry, was that 23 or 22 for damage? Or
It's
something
23
else?
poison.
Malika, you're muted.
No,
Oh,
was just
sorry.
waiting.
Sorry.
So, does this buddy seem like he is like a servant of the patron?
Make a religion check.
Wait, don't do it. Is it free?
It's free. I'm not going to force an action
okay.
on that. It's a simple question. It would be very noticeable.
Gotcha.
7.
No.
Ooh.
Not that noticeable.
Not. You would know that he is not a servant of Durin. You would not know who he is a servant of.
Okay, cool. Yeah, as long as he's not serving the patron, we're good. Okay. So, we are going to not invoke the profane lord of corruption for once. We'll reach down deep into the old ways.
Okay.
I guess, what is it, a dex save?
Yeah. The horse is not
Wait.
affected.
Is polymorph concentration?
Oh shit! Yes, I'm sorry. My bad. Can I recon?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Okay.
I didn't realize that. Okay,
I'm being nice.
you're being nice.
Last
You
time,
should-
though.
It's because he's just going to kill us in the next round anyway, so what's, one redo.
Okay,
This guy's pretty evenly matched with where you should be, so this should be
Oh,
a
okay.
good fight, but not a.
We are
It's an
going
upscale
to
fight. It's an upscale.
try this.
Okay.
Yes.
On him or the horse?
On the wait,
Everybody's been attacking him.
him then.
Okay. So he, you notice, appears to have a demonic resistance to magic. And he will make a intelligence saving throw, of which he passes. So you watch as the sliver appears above his head, kind of like a feather of Duron's wings, and moves to impale him in the head, and it just kind of buffers out in this red kind of inky blot near his head.
Does the resistant mean that he gets advantage?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's my turn.
All right. Between Malika and Soma, he's going to lose his last legendary action to shoot at Kel once again.
Why though?
Does an 18 hit? Kel?
John Prime?
I think he stepped away. Must have.
It does. It
Oh, okay.
does.
You'll take 14 poison damage, and because you are already poisoned, you take an additional 10 poison damage.
Neat.
All right. Soma, you're up.
All right. We'll go with steady aim and shooting at him again.
Okay. Roll more. You nailed it. This is a regular bow, not magical in any way.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage with sneak attack.
If I have the sneak attack box checked, I'm assuming
It
that means
should
it
drop
will.
the dice, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see.
Okay, so solid hit. You hit him kind of like right in the neck. The arrow does actually seem to lance between the plates. It just doesn't look like it goes as deeply as you were hoping. Like the actual flesh of it is resistant to the piercing, but you do wound him.
Then for my bonus action, I will call out to Fiona to keep going after the rider.
Okay, bonus action help. Cool. Bonus
Just
action.
remind me that that gives me advantage on whatever I do, or
On
And
an
the
attack
ability
roll.
to re-roll a die if you want. I
oh,
believe.
wonderful. Okay, and that lasts the one turn, right?
Correct. For your next attack.
For your next attack, yeah.
Right. Perfect. So, I mean, unfortunately, it doesn't quite help because my next attack is forcing them into a save,
save.
but she is going to try to dissonant whispers. Unfortunately, we don't really have many like attacks.
Try not to get Kel further shot. That's all.
Yeah, no, exactly, and very much thank you for that. Let me see. It's 4th level spells now, right, Malika?
Yeah.
4th. Yes. Okay.
It should automatically update whenever you level.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, it does. Sorry, it asked me to like select which spell I should do.
Hmm.
They did 3 with the normal cast, and then 12 with the upper or higher cast.
I will say that oh yeah, that's what that means, right? That the 3 was the I rolled 3 ones.
You rolled 3 ones.
So
Yeah.
you'll note that the as the whispers kind of move into his position, you're quite far away from him. So you would actually have to move up. He's 10 feet away from where you'd need to be able to whisper him. 60-foot range on dissonance.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought it was 90. I'm so sorry about that.
It's okay. So if you move here, that's fine. And then kind of retreat back, that's fine too. But you'll note that as you move up and throw forward the whispers, you can see him kind of just ignore them. It feels like he's resistant to them. So he does take some damage, but not a lot. And he's also not subject to the effects beyond.
Got you. Seeing and hearing that and being a little freaked out, but looking back at Kel, I don't know what you classify this as, but can she bonus action like get ready to give him a potion? Like bonus action take out a healing potion?
It's a free action to take it out. It's an action to pour it down.
Oh, is that what we discussed?
I think so.
It's an action to drink it.
No,
It
no,
is
to
an
pour it down someone's gullet.
It's an action to force it down someone's throat. The only time it's ever a bonus action is if you took the feature Rapid Drinker.
Which I have.
Which he has, but I'm wondering if for my bonus action I can just take it like in my hand, like have it in my hand.
Item interaction. It's free.
Right?
You don't need to use an action at all.
Okay,
Throw
perfect.
it.
And that's what I meant. Like my item interaction, she'll get her healing potion like ready, and she will visibly like step in front of him.
Okay. And like offer it to him. He can take it on his turn. Hezron, you're up.
You're muted, Chad.
Hezrod moves over here to put himself between this motherfucker and his friends.
Okay.
You're
a good man. A dead man, but a good man.
And then God, I'm trying to decide if I want to like try to heal myself or yeah, he's going to.
What would Octavius do?
Choices. He's gonna lightning bolt them, and then he's gonna bonus action move his spiritual weapon closer and make an attack.
Go for it.
So first things first, there's lightning bolt.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So the position of the rider and him allow for you to kind of catch them both. That's fine. The creature underneath succeeds, and you will note that it doesn't seem to catch on the weird fluidity of the horse as if it had evaded it. However, the rider, on the other hand, takes the brunt.
Okay. Sorry, okay, cool. So there's that. And actually, yeah, I'm gonna bonus action move the spiritual weapon closer, make an attack. The shark sort of whips around and runs over and tries to take a bite out of the rider's head.
Okay.
Roll that hit. Come on, baby.
So
two nat
that'll
20.
be level 4. That'll be
Oh.
an 18.
That'll hit, but I'm going to use my reaction to parry it.
Okay.
All right.
And then yeah, I'm trying to make sure I didn't just. Okay, cool. How's the water look?
Deep in the middle.
Is it like murky?
Very. There's a
So
floating
if
dead
Hezron
halfling.
was submerged, would it like obscure sight?
It could do, yeah.
Okay. I don't have any movement left, but that might be a potential avenue for us fish folk.
Torald, kind of on the horse, you see him kind of just let go of the bow, and it just floats there in space. He then takes both of his hands and plunges them into the back of the neck of the horse. You hear a sickening pop, and he pulls the skull of the horse out, and it appears that the top of the skull has been cleaved off like a bowl, and he starts drinking this fluid. And as he's doing so, you can see like the arrows that are in him popping out and him just drinking the fluid of the horse.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah. Hezron just like shouts, "You disgust me!"
As he finishes that, the horse itself appears to still be kind of a thing, just skullless, and it leaps across the pond, slamming into Hezron once again. Strength saving throw from you.
DM, would it be considered blind, the horse?
What?
Would the horse be considered blind now that it has no,
No.
head? Oh,
Doesn't-
okay.
But it has no head.
Doesn't,
I gotta
It
respect
still has
that.
a head.
It doesn't
It just
really-
doesn't have a
fucking
skull.
horse.
it doesn't really have like the physical like necessities that humans
What
have.
about the fact
Or
that
regular
Fiona has a
horses are.
monopoly on eyes? Does her monopoly on eyes affect things?
Everyone else is blind. Everyone, the party, the bad guys. Yeah. You're fine on the strength saving throw. You are taking 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Is that an attack?
It is an attack. I keep forgetting to let you trigger off reactions. I need to be better at this. All right, so
So-
you're immune to the damage, and another third level slot is gone.
Yep.
Cool.
That's
cool,
all
cool.
my 3rd level slots, guys.
It's actually not immune to the damage, the horse, so it will take the.
Nice. Fuck that horse.
All right.
Fuck that horse, indeed.
Coral done, Avran up. All
right.
Bafidel yells, "To the fight!"
Afran runs. To the
No, what are
fight!
you even doing?
He runs. He runs
He's
into
riding
the fight.
an ape.
This time I'm gonna try to grapple.
No, Avran.
What? Is he immune to grapple?
You can grapple whatever you'd like.
I think you
don't
tried to
listen
grab the horse before.
Don't listen to
I
Shijo or
did.
anything.
I'm just
You know, I could write a book.
All I will say out of character is this dude just ripped his horse's head off and started drinking from it. I would not make any assumptions about what he can or cannot do.
Because obviously I'm blowing those
I
out
mean,
of
one
the
of the
water
benefits
right
of
from the
an
onset.
ape is the 2 bonks.
But grapple though.
Yeah, I'm assuming it does a fair amount of damage. But it's probably also non-magical.
I mean, you could listen to the DM, Jonah, or you can listen to your friendly neighborhood cultist. Pick one.
Regardless, you're going to be.
I'm gonna
attacking-
go. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the attack. I'm gonna go for the fist attack.
Sure.
22, 28.
Yeah, let's both hit the guy.
My question is, can I smite?
These
Or
are
no?
non-magical, and no, you cannot.
Okay. All right.
You
so
are
we're just gonna.
Just an ape
I know.
holding game stock.
17 and 19. That's
Yep.
still a lot of damage, though. And then that's the ape's turn.
Okay, so after your turn, but before Bafidil's, it will act. He's not jumping away. Instead,
I was hitting Torald, by the way. Sorry.
oh no, I understand. He, and by he I mean Torald, will, as a legendary action, kind of snap his hand closed, and you see the bow just kind of manifest back into his hand, the one that was floating there before, just oozing apart. And as it kind of slams back into his hand, this wave, this pulse of nausea just kind of flares out from him. If you're within 30 feet of Torald, make a Constitution saving throw.
Hezrod, you are 10 feet away from me. and
that-
Baffadil as well. They get the charisma aura or the
And
aura.
Does
what's the
that
bonus there?
4,
Wait, what's the radius there for
30
you?
feet.
I'm within 30 feet of you.
Oh no, not me. Sorry, me. It's 10 feet. Torald 30 feet.
Yeah, everybody
So-
but Malika is getting hit by the wave.
Oh,
Okay.
got you.
does that count as an ability check for the help action that's still pending on Fiona?
Saving throw.
You said calm. Okay.
Con save.
Ooh.
So I got an 18 with the ape.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got a 24.
with the +4.
Okay. So if you failed an 18 check, you fall prone. If you succeeded, you're
Ooh.
fine.
Fiona's prone.
18, baby. 18.
Ezra like plants the butt of the staff into the ground and sort of like braces himself.
Baffadil kind of hanging onto your shoulder, kind of leaning off the side after your first swing. You kind of swing in the second one. Then this wave kind of slams in, and then he kind of flares out with the weapon, his greatsword, swinging out 3 times at this guy.
My boy. Yeah,
Um,
dude.
and he is still at more than half, so he is doing all the damage. Unfortunately, yeah, it is magical, sort of sharpness. I mean,
His weapon is magical. Okay.
it is very magical. Unfortunately, I didn't crit though. That would have been interesting.
Does he have smite?
No.
Oh, okay.
Solid hits. And he is done. In between Baffadil and Kel, with the last legendary action, I will leap out back on top of this stone.
No opportunity attacks.
The
Right,
horse never
okay.
provokes.
But
Damn,
the
I really wanted to hit him
oh,
with
no.
booming blade.
Because it's the horse's legendary.
Why is the horse
right?
so
Not-
fluid?
okay.
No. They are the same creature, but they have
Oh.
2 separate character sheets. It's very hard
Gotcha.
for me to describe without telling you. more
No, I
about
get
how
it.
this
I
works.
got you.
Okay.
I'm just being silly.
Got it.
Forgive me.
Cal, you're up.
Kel's kind of doubled over. He looks up Fiona. Yeah, he kind of like spits on the ground some just green, gross crap, and then looks up Fiona and like sees that she's offering the health, and I take it and I'll literally just instantly guzzle it down.
Okay.
Is it 2d4 plus 2? Or
Yeah.
is it okay?
Yeah.
Regular
2d4
potion.
plus 2.
I thought you could cast Cure Wounds.
You could cast Cure Wounds instead if you wanted to.
That's an action.
Oh,
No.
You can
Jesus.
actually do both because you have Rapid Drinker, so you can quaff the potion and
Ah.
Cure Wounds yourself if you want to get as many hit points as possible.
I
Nice.
think you should cure wounds.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
so I'll
gonna
take.
say no because you can shoot, but
I don't want to shoot just in case I get shot.
fair. Fair.
No, yeah, I'll roll cure wounds.
Okay,
myself.
moving on to Malika.
Malika will wrap her rosary around this dagger and give a little prayer, and it glows, and she regains a spell slot.
Cool. Malika
End of
done.
turn.
Soma up.
Okay. Right, I will shoot my bow. I'll get up and then shoot my bow. I assume I can't use my bonus actions to stand up, so I won't be able to steady
Well-
aim. So it'll just
There's no action. It's just standing up.
Oh, okay.
What you could do is move into the dark, like of the forest there a bit, and then use your bonus action to hide. And if you can evade this thing's sight, then you'll have your. You could move 5 feet back, and poof, you're in enough of a coverage to be able to hide.
But if I'm not using movement to stand up from being prone,
Oh, if you're laying down, you can steady aim. But the problem is you'll have disadvantage for firing a ranged weapon while prone.
I'm just standing up from prone is my part of
It's
my
a part
move
of
action.
movement, yeah. So it's not a move action; it's movement.
Okay.
If you stand,
Okay.
it's technically movement, and it takes half of your movement
Okay.
to do it.
I will stand and just take a regular shot rather than hiding because I get the impression that will not do me a whole lot of good. Oh, sorry. You were suggesting I could move back the 5 feet, use a bonus action to hide, and then get advantage on
If you
the attack in the
succeed
same
on
turn.
the stealth, yeah.
All right, we'll try that. So back 5 feet here.
Roll a stealth roll. Yeah, successful. You feel like you're pretty well hidden.
Okay.
So when you make this next attack against him, you will have advantage.
Okay.
23 to hit. Hits. Damage.
Whoops.
So that'll be half, so 9. Okay.
And I will not use my help action because I used that to hide. So
correct. Fiona, you are up. Hezrod, or sorry, not Hezrod. Kel looks a lot better. Sorry, wrong merfolk. And, yeah, I know.
Call them fish folk.
All the same.
He looks a little bit better, but he is still pretty beaten up. Take that as you will.
He has already drunk the potion I gave him before, yes?
Yeah, he grabbed
Okay.
all your hands.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to check. I think I have one more. I think I do.
It's okay. He would wave. He was like, got his hands on his knees. He's just puts a hand up, says, "Just you're good. You're good."
She kind of nods at that and then just says, I'm happy to help now, but please don't be alarmed by what I'm about to do. And casts and casts Shadow of Moil on herself.
Okay.
Kel will kind of look up.
She starts to glow with like shadowy flames, and yeah, she's pretty hard to see in this weird kind of like flowing darkness.
She then will start moving actively, like trying to sneak up toward the right. So she'll go 10, 10, 10.
Okay. Fiona done?
Can she grab her final health potion in her own hand just in
Yeah.
case? Like, have it on hand? Thank you.
Yep. Hezron.
Moves here, so now Fiona and Kel are both within 30 feet of him. He's going to use his action. He raises the staff and casts Mass Cure Wounds.
Okay.
So that will be... Do I roll separately, or do
Wait,
I just roll
wait.
once for everybody?
I
Go for
haven't
it.
actually taken any. I'm fine, actually.
So that's
Just-
3d8. Oh. You are?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
It's
got.
literally just me.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. Never mind.
Just so
That
you know,
was under the... Yeah, your in-character thing about Fiona coughing was...
sorry, I was just trying to play up the she failed the con, but it
Yeah.
didn't
I
actually do any
understand.
damage.
Sorry, can I take that back? Okay.
Sorry.
It was a reaction to me retching.
Basically,
I think it's
my mentality on it is if your finger hasn't left the piece, in essence, you haven't rolled the dice on it, then you're fine.
Okay.
But if you had clicked that and then changed your mind about it, it would have been slightly less forgiving.
Okay, that's fair. Well, now that's out of the way, let me check what the range on Shatter is. Okay, cool. That'll work. They're within 60 feet. Hezrod's gonna cast... Are they like on top of that rock?
Yep.
Okay, cool. He's gonna cast Shatter like centered directly on them.
Okay.
So that's gonna be that. Ignore that extra 3, but it's a DC 14 Constitution saving throw, and they take 15 thunder damage.
The creature underneath takes the full brunt, and the rider seems to resist it.
Okay. Does it do any damage to the rock?
No, actually, what you watch is the it obliterates some of the moss, kind of off the top of it, but you actually see the stone glow this kind of faint yellowish color for a second.
Does that mean anything to me?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's clearly not a fucking pony. Ponies are adorable. This thing is horrendous.
that is a demon.
It is a demon. That's accurate.
Bonus action, move this guy over here, take another bite at the rider's head, and then Hezrod's going to use his movement to go into the water.
You would actually note that it appears to be moving very similarly to a demon that's very familiar to your order, the Holy Swordsman. Yoklol, are you familiar with the term? Out of character?
Out of character, no.
Okay. Well, a Yochlol is a type of neutral kind of creature in demon kind. And I'll post it in the Discord so you can see a picture of it.
Okay, thank you.
So Hezrod moves into the water, and as he does, his shark comes over and takes an attack. But since Hezrod's poisoned, I'm assuming that 1 is what I get, so it misses.
Mm-hmm.
So, and as he moves into the water, he's not staying at the surface. He's going down towards the bottom.
Okay. So it very, very quickly becomes apparent to you that this fluid is a little bit thicker than water once you get down a little bit past the kind of top layer. It's almost kind of got a silty kind of nature to it. And as you kind of start to swim down, you realize that it also feels like you can't feel the presence of a bottom. And the other thing you'll note is that it appears to be filled in that briny state, like that you breach, with something else, like oil in the water. For the purposes of you being in the water at this level, you said 30 feet down, right?
I only had 25 feet of
So
movement.
25, about 20 feet down. For the purposes of everything while inside of this water at this state, you cannot cast spells, your magic items do not work. And you can tell that there is no magic in this space.
Okay, but the uppermost layers aren't like that.
Correct. But it's kind of like there's a top level of water, and then there's like silt, and inside of that silt at the bottom, kind of deepening down, is a kind of no magic kind of area.
Okay, and 20 feet down, correct?
About 20 feet down. It's like when you first start
Okay.
hitting the weird no magic town.
Okay, because now he's going to start whack-a-moling this guy.
Yeah, that's fine. Hezron, after you're done, it goes to his turn. He will fire twice. I'm going to go... it looks like Bafidal's the one who's doing the damage, so I'm just going to shoot him a lot.
He's behind cover.
No, he's not. He's on the mount. If he was able to
You're not-
attack, I'm able to attack him back.
Yeah, you're not that fat as an ape, Jonah. It's okay.
It's a big
No,
mount, though.
it's the muscle. It's not the fat. It's muscle. It's a lot of thick ape
He's
muscle.
blinded by the abs, not just
Exactly.
Fiona having a monopoly on eyes. Okay.
What you notice...
John?
Oh, go ahead.
Quick question. Can I still telepathically communicate with Fiona from down here?
No
Interesting.
magic.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what you'll notice is this time when he shoots at you, instead of just pulling back the weird ichor and firing it from infection, he reaches down into the horse and draws up a shard-like bone, places it, it covers with the green ichor, and he fires it at Bafidal. He does so twice and hits both times. You hear 2 loud grunts, and then as you kind of like look up in your ape-like state, again, you're not in the same cognitive level that you were at, but you would notice that he is bleeding a lot all over you.
Ugh.
So I did at least half of his hit points in damage with those 2 shots.
Now that's a lot of damage.
And he's poisoned.
That's... Oh, damn.
All right, Toril done. The horse will do not quite middle ground. I will I'm gonna move. Kind of prounce.
Prounce?
It jumps and kind of floats across the air, kind of lands, and then kind of like slowly kind of like horse walks just a little ways around the pool. All right, Avran, you're up.
Avran is going to do his ape thing and go
You
here.
hear a loud kind of spit from the top of you, and you can see this kind of nasty kind of blood and like poison mixture come out of Bafidal's face. And he says, again! And leans off the side of you as you rush forward.
Yeah,
I respect
Avran, like,
muscle.
Avran Ape is like hype as fuck, and he's just going, like, he's doing that thing where apes use their front
Ape
two hands just to, like, and then he's gonna
2 attacks.
fucking hit him, yeah.
And I'll throw the 3 for him. He is no longer doing the extra damage on the side.
Okay, so 15 and 21.
15 misses, 21 will hit. And Bafidal's kind of wildly swinging here, but manages to get a shot in. Go ahead and give me your damage.
26 half.
Half 13. Okay.
Yeah.
As you kind of come forward, you smash him, and there's like a loud kind of clobbering sound as his body kind of breaks almost in half. And then as he kind of snaps back to kind of restore himself, Bafidol's blade swings and misses and kind of wildly like hits and then swings and misses again. But that second stroke seems to kind of cut him across the neck. The knight kind of starts to kind of spiral to the side, and then his eyes kind of lock onto Bafidol and says, "You've some skill yet." And he grasps the neck of the horse and starts pulling himself down into the horse. As he does so, the horse's
Phase 2, boys.
hell yeah, the horse's body lifts up and grows a third set of legs in the middle. And the two horse legs kind of like jut out in just horrifying looking hooves, and the knight's body kind of splits open with the yellow matter kind of pushing it apart as he's now this weird looking centaur of a pestilent knight. I don't have an image for that, unfortunately.
That ain't right.
I couldn't find it or draw it in time.
So just for a second, after Avran smacks the knight with his big ape hand, all you hear is just like, as this is happening, ooh, and that's it.
Avran, it is in its mythic stature, so it is actually going to, after your turn and before Kel's turn, you see it summon a second bow, and it reaches down and sets them onto the hooves and starts drawing back the strings, fires 2 shots, one at Fiona and one at Malika.
Cool.
Like, squeeze me?
Hit and hit.
He said,
So,
"Two-wheel
out of
bitch."
curiosity, it does have disadvantage against me, correct?
Yeah, so on the first attack versus Fiona, the primary attack was 32 to hit. The secondary attack was 34 crit to hit. So we'll
Yeah.
take the 32.
No, I'm more just confirming because if it
No
if it
worries.
was still, I would have used something else. Sorry.
It's okay. We're still in Poison Town for this, so it's going to be 12 poison damage. And then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw because it's not using the Bone Shard arrows.
Got you.
And 26 to hit Malika for 11 poison. And same Constitution saving throw. You fail, Fiona, you're poisoned. And
Okay.
Malika, con save.
I'm gonna do another con save, which I have advantage on.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Hold on.
Yeah.
+9.
You succeed. You manage to resist the poison condition from the bow shot.
You have to make a con save for Polly.
That's fine.
For the damage, which is 11, so have to be. And that's so.
Anybody have inspiration?
Oh, let me
I
check.
do.
Let me check.
Throw it.
I
If
do.
you want to throw it,
Do
throw it. Okay.
Take
Give
it.
it.
Take it.
Cool.
All right, I take it. So Malika like gets hit, and she's like, ah! But then she feels like
Cal's.
Cal's
I do like a big, like-
goodness and sweetness, and she's like, oh, Cal, and then like, oh, she's good. She's got it. She's
Maintaining monkey.
maintain monk.
Maintain monkey.
Pure monkey.
Cal, you are up.
Monkey. All right, let's see.
You can't typically fire through allies when they're normal sized. The ape is
I
big,
figured.
so you can still shoot him. It's now one thing, but you will have it will have cover, so +2 to its AC.
I don't think I'm gonna shoot. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bonus action tell Kiora to go over this way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to. Oh, I hate when I. Sorry, my character sheet's messing up.
Are Apron and the Torald the same size now?
No. No. Yeah. Torald is still technically. Torald was medium sized, the rider. Now that he is a part of the horse thing, they are both now large. It was large before.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know. I'm really hoping this is going to help, but I want to cast silence on like dead center on top of the thing.
Post the spell for me, please.
Yep. One
I wouldn't recommend it personally.
I don't think so.
Because
No,
they're not
because
casting. Oh,
silence is it doesn't
It's verbal components. Yeah, that's right.
Pose a
Okay.
spell for me, anyways. I think there's something else that will kind of cause you not to be able to do it, anyways. Just I need to double check. Post it, please.
right. Like it's good
It's
against
120.
wizards.
Yeah, 20-foot, 120-foot radius. You target an object, or you target a specific point, center point. So yeah, I mean, I
Right.
guess you could cast that if you wanted to. I don't think I
He
actually have.
hasn't.
I wouldn't recommend it.
He hasn't.
It's not really gonna
Yeah, he hasn't been
compensate.
making any verbal. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. That's
Other,
true.
other than when he went to second phase and says, you have some passing skill, foul tarnish. Then he
Jesus.
glowy hammers.
I'm gonna cure wounds on myself. Now I'll end my turn.
Okay.
That's
Is that the chorus I hear? Is that chorus? What is that?
I didn't switch the music. It's the same. Kel done. In between your turn and Malika's turn, the horse leaps through the air much further than it has in the past. And as it's flying, you see one side of the arms kind of move the bow down and shoot at Bafidol. Hitting. And Bafidol's really fucked up. All right, Malika, you're up.
Avran needs to pull a "Get Down, Mr. President."
Yeah, really.
okay. We'll try this again. See if it does anything. Oh, motherfucker! I'm sorry.
Okay. No worries. I saved, so it didn't do anything anyway.
All right, cool.
And then that's it. Moving back behind the ape. Okay.
Monkey.
Monkey. In between Malika and Soma, you watch as it lands and starts kind of trotting about and turning around. The hooves that were kind of holding the bows or kind of pushing up the bows that they were firing from, you see the kind of gel around the bows kind of lift out more like prominently. And the hands that are above start kind of causing the infection to kind of start growing out like blades from the hands. Looks like a dozen or so from each hand, kind of extending outwards. Then reaches down, grabs the bows, pulls them back, and uses its last 3 legendary actions to fire a single shot at everybody in this space.
Except for Hezrod.
Everybody in this space.
Oh, okay.
You're still
Sorry,
There's
he's
still,
doing them.
It's everyone?
there's still technically a line of sight for it to draw to you.
Oh, shit.
It's the mind sliver, right?
No. I dodged the mind sliver.
Oh, sorry. Then
No,
what
it's-
is he shooting at us?
The bows.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's-
Awful
He summoned knives.
poison kill you bows.
Yeah, from his
Well,
fingers.
I
and
summoned
he's just-
arrows and then I
Arrows,
fired them
sorry.
out of the bows.
Yeah.
Is this magical?
The once it's released from the weapon, no, it is its own thing. You will not be poisoned by it if you are under the water, though, because the poison is a magical poison. But the poison itself
nice.
will hurt you because it's still the substance.
Okay.
How much damage do we take, sir?
So it's actually different for each of you. I'm just going to go round robin here. Josie, Fiona will take 12 poison damage, and if you are poisoned, you take an additional 5. Kel, you are poisoned, so you're taking 17 total. Soma, you are not poisoned, correct?
Correct.
So you will be taking 11, and I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
All right, I'm gonna half that with my reaction.
dodge.
So that's 5. Correct.
Okay, yeah. And the snake is taking 11. Malika is taking... you are poisoned, right, Malika? Oh, that's right.
Nope.
You saved. So then you're only taking 9, but I need a con saving throw from you. Monkey is taking 13.
Attack has disadvantage against monkey.
Oh, that's fine. I can hit a 12 like blind. I did not roll any ones on my attack rolls, either side. So yeah,
Malika, you get a +4.
he has
Doesn't
a
matter.
12 AC. He a big
Yeah.
target. It hard miss Monkey. But Monkey take 13. And are you poisoned or not, Avren?
I am not. This is
So,
the first I've been hit.
Con saving throw from you, please. And then
Yes.
Bafidol takes another hit. He is taking 23 points of damage.
I
because
get
he's already
plus
poisoned.
4, and he gets plus 4.
Yeah, he's already poisoned. He doesn't have a saving
Oh,
throw here.
okay. Never mind then. So, yeah.
Yep.
I got 19.
And then Hezrod, you are taking 9 points. And if you are not poisoned, it doesn't matter because you can't become poisoned underwater. Are you poisoned already, though?
Yeah.
Okay, then you will take additional damage. It's only 3.
Okay, so that's 12 total.
Mm-hmm.
So is that like all lumped together, or is that 2 separate?
It's 1
damage?
block, yeah.
Okay, so
If you're underwater and you're trying to cast Boros Fury Shield,
no, I don't have any 3rd level spell slots.
I was going to say it has a verbal component anyway.
Well, I mean, I'm a merfolk.
He's
I
a
can speak
fish,
Oh,
underwater.
that's true. I'll allow it. You can speak at an Aqua.
Yeah.
All right. So that's its legendary action.
Here, let me make my. Cool.
All 3 of
Well,
his legendary
no, you didn't
actions.
need to make. Oh, that's to maintain the spell. That's right. That's right. Okay. Soma, you're up.
Yeah, so like magical effects I have going on above the surface, are those still good?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We will go back to steady aim and shot. I don't like those rolls, but
Yeah, it's no good. Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
will-
need everybody to coalesce if you want to get some healing.
You study aim as a
I-
bonus action.
okay, that's right. Sorry.
Fiona.
Ain't no way Kel's going into the
Okay.
open.
So, double checking. Poison. I'm not until someone reverses it, or do I get to make a save every turn?
No, there's no saving on it. It's a minute long.
Thank you. Okay. So he is wearing metal armor.
No. It looks like
What
it's
is it?
it looks like it's flesh. Like if you're familiar with a Glabrezu or a Hezrao or other demon kind, it's basically just like really chitinous flesh.
It's hardened flesh, basically. It's like an
Disgusting.
insect.
Yeah.
Right. It's disgusting. Thank you. She will still run forward and try to shocking grasp. Let me think about this. Horse or person?
No,
Horse or-
that's no longer a question. It's all the same thing now.
Yeah, no, it's
They-
one thing.
They're
Oh,
together.
Oh, okay.
together.
Okay. Great. So I don't have to make that choice. Great.
Did you miss the description of how they fused as one? I
No, I knew
okay.
it was used as one, but I wasn't sure if you were still counting it as two
No, yeah.
turns.
One guy now. I can definitely describe it again because I do enjoy it. It's fun.
I mean, please don't. That's fine. I mean, you do you.
21
But
hits.
oh, yay! So 8 lightning,
Mhm.
and it can't take reactions.
Okay.
I will just drop the. So
Yeah.
it can't do any of that annoying shit it does all the time.
No. It can't take reactions. It can
They
still
can
take
still do
legendary,
legendary
actions.
actions.
Of course
you-
it can. But
But
Do you still
anywho,
have movement?
You can move
She
away from
hold-
it if you want to, if you don't want to get attacked.
but wouldn't it be able to?
It doesn't have
Oh, right.
reactions.
But didn't you just say it has other shit?
Legendary actions happen between
Yeah,
turns.
but they don't. They don't trigger the same way
Oh,
reactions
thank you for
do.
clarifying that. Yes, she will duck back into the bushes because the bushes offer her like a little bit of cover, right?
Concealment. Yeah,
Not
Okay,
cover,
on top
just
of her
concealed.
like weird magic stuff. Got you. Thank you.
for sure.
It
It does
yeah.
not have any
You can still
legendary.
see it.
Yeah, it doesn't have any legendary actions currently. Hezrod, you're up.
He swims 20 feet straight up. His head comes up over the water. He looks around, kind of finds the guy, and then casts.
Did you go down before he split? Like it did the weird shit?
I believe so.
He did.
Well, that's a fucking shock.
Yeah. It's like. Hezrod's like, I do not like this guy. And then he's going to shatter on him.
Okay.
DC 14, 18 Thunder.
Yep. Success.
Bonus action.
Half. and then
Bonus
half
action.
again.
He's going to use Harness Divine
Oh, no.
Power to
Half.
Harness
Sorry,
Divine
John.
Power to regain a 3rd level spell slot,
Okay.
and then 10 feet down.
Go ahead, Fiona.
Sorry, I moved my character too far because I didn't have
Fine.
that much movement. I had already moved 20, so I could only move another 10. So I'm just moving her to where she can only move another 10. So she isn't technically in the bush, I don't think.
That's fine. Acceptable.
Just letting you know. Sorry.
No problem. Okay. It is going to. You're not even that much of a problem, so yeah, not a threat. I'm going to go crazy right here. I think this is going to be exciting.
Oh boy.
It jumps straight at the monkey, like chest and everything. But as it's doing so,
Yes.
the arrow is being drawn back, and it looks like it has bone shards this time. It's going to fire 2 shots from each of its bows into
At monkey?
into Toril or into Bafidal.
No. Not my boy.
Yeah,
I have to use his payment on him. That's rude as hell.
I didn't
You
miss.
leave
Yeah.
him alone?
I didn't miss
Yeah,
once.
that's exactly what's gonna happen.
He falls off and lands next to Malika in a thud. But the horse half of him slams into the ape. Disadvantage. 15 still hits, right? Monkey, I need a strength saving throw. And if you are
That's
poisoned, you have disadvantage.
+4. I'm not. It's +4.
Okay, so it slams into you and then kind of drops down. As it kind of hits the water, you see its feet don't drop underneath the water.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So my boy, is it still its turn?
He's done. It goes to you.
So my boy Bafadil is down on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. So that liquid that we saw earlier from the horse, is it all around this guy now?
Yeah, basically it's like holding the parts of him together because his chest
Gotcha.
kind of broke up and became the horse's head and neck. There's
Gotcha.
there's like a skull of the horse kind of floating in there. There's this weird eye that's kind of dominated where the skull cavity was, kind of surrounded by brain matter. And then its arms are kind of extended outwards, and then the hooves are kind of up holding the bow so it can reach down and shoot from those platforms.
That eye is in the middle of that liquid?
Yeah, there's like an eye and a brain kind of floating inside where the chest cavity is, yeah.
Can Avran or Apran
You're welcome.
You're thinking
Thank you.
You're thinking a lot. Keep in mind that your mental scores as ape are mental scores as ape. So
So normal average
fuck,
scores.
it's 7.
switch to
Never mind.
kind of switch to more of a Balro mentality. I would
Boonga
say.
boonga go bang bang.
Yeah.
He's gonna hit him. He's gonna smash.
Boonga boonga.
No.
That's a miss. That's a hit.
Okay.
Oh wait, you're not poisoned?
Nope.
All right, give me the damage. Halves.
26 half.
All right, solid. Avran,
I keep trying to think like Avran. It's like, nope, not gonna happen. Okay.
you're done. In between you and Kel, it leaps back. Once again, not provoking an opportunity attack. Slamming onto the rock again. As it does so, you can see it's kind of going rampant and getting ready to do its fire at everybody technique again. Kel, you're up.
Can I get behind a tree or something?
You can. If you are taking your action to like hide and dodge from it, then yeah, I'll allow you to do that. But if you're trying to just get behind cover and shoot out at it, no.
Okay. I'll take my action to get behind cover, like
Okay.
get behind a tree.
So you're
like
taking the dodge
like
action and basically kind of cowering behind the tree trunk. Got it. We love it. In between
Then
Kel,
bonus
go ahead.
bonus action. I just want to have Kiora start flying over here.
Okay. As you kind of hide behind cover, you don't see it, but you definitely see the arrow shards forming in its hands again. It reaches down, grabs a hold of the bows, and launches the arrows out. And everybody gets attacked again, except for Kel. I missed Fiona. I hit Soma. I
Does
hit
Malika have cover?
yeah, because you're in the way. I'll say 3/4 cover, so +5 AC.
Thank you.
I hit a 19. Does that hit you, Malika? Not with +5? Okay.
Not with the bonus.
Cool. I definitely hit 8, and because of what I'm doing with Hezrod, I miss.
Woo!
Which is disadvantage on the attack because I'm shooting through water.
Thank you.
Soma and 8 were the only 2 that I hit. That's depressing. Soma, you are poisoned, correct?
I made my con.
Oh, that's
I
right,
rolled
that's
a con save, but yeah.
You'll be making a new con save. You're only taking 9 points of poison damage.
Okay, so having that again down to 4.
Yep.
How much does Ape take?
8
I have
takes. You're not poisoned either, right?
Nope.
Okay, so you're taking 11 and a con save.
Okay, minus 11. And con save with a +4.
Doing great.
Yeah.
All right. So Malika, you're up.
Okay. I don't even remember what I did last turn.
Mind Sliver, it blocked it.
I'm gonna chug. No, I'm gonna hide.
Okay.
End of turn.
Go ahead and make a stealth roll. In between Malika and Soma, it is going to move again.
No, he used all 3 for that
He has
super attack.
5 legendary actions
Fuck!
after he goes mythic.
Never mind.
Christ. Okay.
So yeah, it's called going mythic. He is during the movement.
Okay.
He's going to get 1 shot off on Fiona as he kind of leaps over her. This one will hit for 9 points. Are you poisoned, Fiona?
I am. So another 9?
No. So it'll be a total, all in all, 14.
Okay.
And then he lands there, and it looks like the top frame and the eye that's kind of gesticulating from the chest seem to be seeking out the merfolk that's not getting shot. But yeah, after that, it goes to Soma.
Let's see here. I guess we will.
He must really not like Shatter.
It just seems like he's moving around, kind of hitting points. It doesn't look like he's focusing in on anything.
I'm about to get in the friggin' water.
So
it is
steady
a good
aim.
idea.
Shooting fish in a barrel.
Or in a lake, right?
It's a pond.
Put him.
John, go to bed.
Okay. Sorry, I was.
No
seeing
worries,
what
no worries.
exactly- I guess we will stick with steady aim and another shot because I do not want to be all up in that horse monstrosity's business.
That makes sense. That'll miss unless you have advantage. Did you steady aim?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, that hits. Go ahead and give me damage.
21.
You have got it. And then any move? Oh no, you steady aimed. All right, Fiona.
Okay. Let me just double check whether this is a target. No, it's not. She's going to attempt to toll the dead this thing.
Okay, wisdom saving throw, right?
Yes, wisdom saving throw.
Okay. You see that the magic resistance is present, but it appears to fail it. Just go ahead and roll the damage version of that. I fixed this a million years.
It won't roll for some reason. It just comes up.
Fix this.
Click the
Oh,
one,
sorry.
not in the
I-
spell list, but the one in the attacks and
Okay.
look where your attacks are. Yeah.
Let me see. Does this work?
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
Yay!
All right.
Oh, I rolled good. Yay.
As you kind of put forward the bell, or your focus, and the bell appears above it, chimes. You watch as a large swath of the yellow matter of it kind of flattens out onto the ground, and its attention immediately turns towards you. The eye kind of snapping in on you angrily.
Bitch. Can she? Okay, for her movement, she's gonna get as deep into the forest as she can. She's getting as much coverage as possible with these trees.
Okay. Are you trying to exit the blood barrier or the wall, or are you trying to just get into the trees?
Oh, sorry, not actually leaving the map, just getting into. I was assuming this was a bit of a thicker brush.
Yeah, it is. That's fair. Okay.
Okay, I can't heal you if you move further away from me.
I'm sorry. Wait, how close am I to you now? She would know that you have this plan going on.
That's fair because I'm no longer in like the anti-magic area. We can communicate telepathically.
Hezrod, you're up. And you can only communicate telepathically if you are using your action. Her awakened mind does not just let her talk in people's brains.
Okay.
I have to consciously do it.
She doesn't have
Hold on a
telepathy.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet, anyway.
Ooh. Spooky.
Okay, so that's 30 feet. That's 30 feet. That's 35 feet. Fuck. Sorry, Fiona.
It's okay. It's okay because the bushes are what, like a +2?
I'm not gonna answer that question.
Dang.
Hezrod moves 30 feet towards shore. He comes out and he raises the staff. He casts Mass Cure Wounds.
Yeah, and gets everybody besides Fiona and the monkey and Malika.
Well, yeah, it's gonna get Hezrod, Soma, and Kel, and then bonus action. I'm gonna use Harness Divine Power to get another 3rd level spell slot.
So that's both your channel divinities gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is, I believe, 3d8 plus 3.
As it kind of snaps around, you watch as the hands kind of flare out and start pulling the strings on the bows. 2 shots fly into the woods towards Fiona. You hear a sickening kind of thud, and you know what's happening, Fiona. You take more than 6 damage, but everyone else doesn't know what's going on as you're hidden in the cover. As that's happening, you can see the horse body below kind of turn and jump out towards Hezrod once again, but not with the same kind of ferocity that it had before. So I'm just going to be making a hooves attack against you. And you're not going to be taking the stampeding charge. 29 to hit. You take 7 bludgeoning damage.
That's the 29 to hit is going to be a Fury Shield.
Yep, so you're going to reverse the 7 on it, and that's fine. All right. I thought you were out of 3s. Oh, you just harnessed. Got it. Cool.
Yeah, I harnessed twice, actually, so I got 2 of them back. So I still got 1 left.
All right, everyone's gonna move 40 feet, and as he's running up, he's gonna try to get as much mud and rock into a clump, and then he's gonna throw it at this creature.
Yeah, make a rock throw.
Yo. Hey, Josie.
17?
Bounces against it. Doesn't seem to
All right,
affect it.
that's it.
In between. Go ahead.
Is Josie or is Fiona unconscious?
Hezrod wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
You saw her run into the woods. You saw something come out to affect the creature in the bell form, and then you saw it fire 2 arrows into the woods, and you heard loud thuds.
How far off the map is she?
Don't know.
Okay, that's fair.
But she's not actually off the map. Her position is where she's at. You metagaming turkey.
Well, I'm actually just trying to figure out what information is available.
Would Kiora have seen that?
Yeah, the snake sees it.
Okay.
But in between Avran and Kel, it is going to loose. Legendary actions. Boom, 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 boom. All right. It does not. What did you get on your stealth check? Yeah, it sees Malika. It's going to hit Malika, even with the cover from the monkey between you and it. It'll hit the monkey. It will miss Soma. It will...
It has disadvantage because I'm within 5 feet of it.
Miss... No, it doesn't.
Oh, with ranged attacks?
Doesn't care. It also doesn't care about concealment or less than cover, regular cover for attacks.
Okay.
Yeah. Sharpshooter. What's up?
Return to the water!
The water
I
is
must
giving you
go. My
disadvantage.
fish people need me.
Okay. Malika, you're taking... you are poisoned, correct?
No.
Okay, then you are taking 9 points of poison damage. Make a save. Soma, you were missed. Hezrod, you were hit. You're taking 14 points of poison damage because you are poisoned. Kel, you are still in hiding mode. If I remember correctly.
Still, yeah.
Constitution breaks. Avran.
No!
Place yourself in one of the spaces.
Yep.
Well, the good news is your AC is now much higher, and you still have protection from good and evil, and you have full hit points, and you can start smiting the shit out of this asshole.
You have to be in
Sure.
one of the spaces of the monkey. Which one do you want?
It's that middle
You
one.
sure you don't want to be closer?
Just
I
be
mean,
closer.
I would like
Just
to,
be
but I didn't want to
closer.
cheat.
No,
But yeah,
that's not
closer.
cheating. That's not cheating. When you
Okay, closer.
Yeah, when you change shapes, they just have to share one space. Okay.
Gotcha.
Anywho, I think that's everybody for the snake. The snake takes 9 and needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Do I? Do I still take damage?
No,
If it carried over, yeah.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
I didn't like his name.
The monkey had like hundreds of HP. It was fine.
Oh, yeah, no, there's no damage.
Stop picking on Kiora.
Okay. Kelly, you're up. Do you want to take a shot at it? Need to do some damage here.
There's a Constitution save. Yeah, kind of. What Kel kind of be like? He's just like backed against a tree. Then kind of like.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Oh, I thought it was immune to poison. It's not. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, the snake.
Yeah, it's not. Go ahead.
Kel kind of like lift up one knee like towards the other side of the tree, and then like kind of like perches.
Two
Try
shots.
to make 2 shots. You know, just say fuck it. I'm gonna shoot at him.
Disadvantage, of course.
I know. As he's hacking out along because he's poisoned. Damn.
Neither will hit. Next up is Malika.
All right. 1 second. Okay. So now we're gonna try that.
Okay.
Can I angle it in a way that I'm only getting him? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
2, 3, 4. Yeah.
It's glowing. Soma, you have advantage on it because of fairy fire, so you don't have to study it.
Okay, I will just take a shot again.
Nope.
Probably not going to hit. And then I will yell at Avren to finish this thing.
In between that turn and Fiona's, it will leap onto the other side of the lake. Fiona, death saving throw. Once failure. Hezrod, you're up.
You said it has fairy fire, right?
Yeah, it's glowing.
Okay, give me a second here while I check the statistics on this spell.
Oh, while I was doing that, could I actually use that?
It's-
I didn't use my bonus action. Can I use my bonus action to have my
Snake move towards
Cure.
Fiona.
or move towards me?
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's within
Then-
6 feet.
Okay.
Hezrod's going to cast Astral Lances at 2nd level.
Sure.
So,
Should be a total of 4 lances.
yeah, that'll be 4 lance attacks.
Go for it.
Okay.
Sorry for running over a little bit, you guys.
It's okay.
You're fine.
We need to kill this bitch. It's fine.
Yeah, I misgauged it. This is a new kind of combat here. Okay, those all hit.
Well, he's poisoned, so it's just straight rolls.
Okay, then hit, miss, hit. Okay. So 9.
I'm sorry. I have 2 uses of Embrace Oblivion, so the 2 attacks that hit are going to get an extra 6 thunder.
Fine. All right. It's pretty messed up.
I'm crunching so many numbers in my head right now.
I already did the math.
Okay,
I have
thank
a
you.
calculator. I already did it. Hezrod done. In between Hezrod and it will fire one more shot off. I'm going to shoot at Hezrod. Hit. If you're already poisoned, it's going to be 17 damage. All right, then it goes to his turn. He is going to...
Hezrod is very fucked up.
leap straight in at Avran, all while firing a bunch of arrows at Avran. Hit.
Also hit, and hit, and hit.
So everyone's dead.
Total damage from the arrow fire is going to be... The first one's going to be 9. I need a con save. Success. Second one is 7, and I need a con save. Third one is 13, and I need a con save. And give me one more con save after that. For 11 after that. And then
Ooh.
the horse
He had disadvantage on all those attacks.
Oh no, I did not roll under a 23 on any of the dice. It's disgusting.
Lord, man.
I got a fourth hit on me.
Yeah, you already rolled 4 con saves. We're good.
Yeah. No. There was a fourth hit.
There's a 5th hit.
Fifth hit. Okay.
You
The
already
fourth hit did 11. Right.
Yeah, 11 damage, right.
Okay.
The last attack will hit. It'll be 7 points of damage. That's really bad. But you need to make a strength saving throw. Okay. It slams into you. You're pushed back 5 feet, and it takes your space. Okay, cool. It goes to your turn.
Fuck, that hurt.
You have advantage on your first attack from the help action and the ability to
Okay.
reroll. So
All right.
Kill
So
it.
your boy is gonna take his bonus action to go into Holy Swordsman stance,
Okay.
and he's not going to use Great Weapon Master.
So for those of you who aren't familiar, you watch him kind of throw his arm out in front of him and place the greatsword on his shoulder.
So no, it's the Great Axe.
Great
The
axe.
War
Sorry,
Fury.
that's right.
He's gonna get ready with the War Fury.
You just
Look at this creature, and then just run up and attack.
You put your hand in focus and it throw you away from the camera.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
My bad.
Swing.
All right. First attack with advantage. Come on, baby. Hit natural 20. Oh!
you can reroll one
I
of
can
those.
reroll.
Roll a d20.
Oh,
There we go.
Okay, we'll just
There
use
we
this-
go.
We'll just use the first dice on that. So
The
go
first
ahead
one, yeah.
and throw damage for War Fury on the first
Alright.
one. The first attack.
yeah, the first one. So with Holy Swordsman stats, that's going to be 4 radiant, and then I'm going to do a Divine Smite at 2nd level.
Which is
He
plus
takes
1
extra
additional dice
damage.
because Fiend.
Yes,
And
and then
yeah, it's both.
oh wait, sorry, shit. The 26 and the 5 and 6. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I think there's extra damage because of War Fury.
Well, no, it's just the 26 and the 5, not the 6.
No, but doesn't War Fury get extra damage for a crit? I might be
You
no.
didn't
Fuck
crit.
it, whatever. Forget it.
You
Forget it.
didn't crit.
Sorry, my bad. And then second attack.
Not needed. As you
Oh,
kind of
okay.
bring the axe up and throw it forward, you slam into the center where the eye, brain, skull thing was and cleave right through the demon. The horse half melts like wax in front of you, but it seems like the water is buffering it out, so it doesn't actually enter into the fluid. And it all just kind of like seeps out like this weird candle waxian kind of mess on the shore of the pond. And it doesn't seem like it mixes with the water at all.
Okay. So is it dead?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so with the second attack, he's gonna
There-
bring his I know, he's already dead, but
Well, what
This
I'm trying
is
to
just
explain to
for-
you is there's nothing to hit. It's just,
oh, there's nothing.
it's,
okay,
it's a
never
mess
mind.
of liquid. That's all that's left. Yeah.
Everyone's just like panting after getting shot like a bunch of times. He's just like,
As you're kind of like confused and staring at it, you can hear these kind of pops as the bows kind of just turn into like shards of glass and then start kind of melting similarly to the wax.
okay.
And you'll notice that in the mess of it all, where the skull of the horse was, it's still kind of lingering there. And in the middle of it, you can see what looks like this kind of just green colored liquid inside of all of the yellow wax.
Okay, seeing that this thing is
Well-
destroyed.
I was going to say, and with that, that's where we'll end the session for tonight because it is 10. Thanks for watching those that did, and we'll do a very quick recap afterwards. I know kind of what's going to happen next, and I know for certain that it's going to be kind of a we need to go and do it situation. So we'll discuss that kind of in general / off camera here. I just want to make sure we kind of lay out what's happening next so everyone understands what they mentally need to be prepared for. That said, thanks for watching those that did, and we will see you next time. All right, 7th